Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Mountains of Madness, Season 2, Episode 4? 3 or 4? I'm really bad at keeping track of count today. Today's been a day. But thank you guys so much for watching live on Twitch, or if you're watching on YouTube. It's lovely to see you as well. Before we get started, let's go around and say who our cast and crew is. Oh, get blinded by the light that I forgot to turn on. And let's talk to Crumpler. How are you doing today? Who are you playing?
I'm doing good. Thanks so much, Lindy. And again, my name is Crypto64. I am playing the character Baxter Wiggin, artist hired as cartographer for this expedition. And let me just say, considering since last session it was the most he's ever talked, I really pray he does become the voice of reason in this campaign, how things are going now.
Yeah, we might need a voice of reason. And I would say that could maybe be Jess, our dear Lena, but she sadly has the flu today. So everybody send her some well wishes, because flu in the summer sucks. It's just the worst. I once had the flu in July, and A, no one believed me, because who gets the flu in July? And then B, it's just miserable. So everyone, give her some well wishes and love. But people who are well and who are here with us today, we also have Jamersion. How are you doing today?
Hello, everyone. I am back here again to play Hunter Merrill. I almost said Alec. I'm Hunter Merrill here, the survivalist outdoorsman for our Tentacle Tuesday here, and I am a Jamersion online. You can find me creating geek content on Patreon, YouTube, my Twitch channel, various places like that. What's that other one? Twitter? Yeah, Twitter. I'm over there also. Really looking forward to what's going to happen here this session, because again, we are without our level-headed Lena, and if things continue along the route they've been going, I don't know. We may not survive.
It'll definitely be interesting, maybe a little dicey. But speaking of interesting and maybe a little dicey, we've got my cousin Pro Restarter. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good, Pro. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Cousin and
I'm Lindy Pro, keeper of Call of Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the official name.
Yeah.
But I'm here playing Hayden Stewart. Happy to be back and to be completely normal, sane, and shoot every German perfectly, because I was getting shade last game for no reason.
I don't know. Suspicions are high.
Maybe if I killed her, she won't suspect me.
That'll definitely clear your name of being a two-timing traitor. Just murder your allies. Yeah. So, someone who definitely isn't a two-timing traitor, because they just traitor, because they just got here and flung into this whole mess through means of time travel from the Eldritch Nazi apocalypse. We've got Holotail.
Hey, happy to be back. I'm back again playing Ash. It's going to be a blast as usual, I'm sure. We ended on a really weird ending, so that's going to be cool to deal with.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And of course, I am Lindy, your keeper of arcane lore. Before I go into recap and everything, let's just remind ourselves of sponsors. We are sponsored by Fantasy Grounds, Encounter Roleplay's virtual tabletop of choice. All of the lovely dice rolls you see over here are going to be on Fantasy Grounds today. Also, for your in-person games, check out waylandgames.co.uk. They've got a bunch of awesome minis and a whole bunch of terrain features, some other cool stuff. I think they have the nice like mouse pad material stuff you can put out to roll dice on. It's really cool. Also, tabletop loot. If we hit 20 retweets, we'll be giving away a set of tabletop loot dice, and they are amazing, and I love my 6 sets of tabletop loot dice. So definitely check them out. They've got some cool stuff. And also donations. You can interact with the game. Below, there's a list of all the things you can donate. Nat 1s, Nat 20s, wild magic surges, magic items, all sorts of crazy stuff, which in Cthulhu, all of these things wind up being equally horrible and powerful. One of those may have killed our good Dr. Sebastian Wintercroft. So, it happens. But let's go into a recap of what happened last week. So last week, our intrepid I'd say adventurers, but our intrepid Antarctic expeditioners got horribly wrong. They talked with Ziggy, the essentially astral sheep, and had made some type of vague plan to go into the Nazi camp. Well, not Nazi, the German camp that's got some Nazis in it. Not all Nazis. It's 1933. It's not it's not 10 years from now. And take them out, sacrifice them, basically their souls and minds, to repair the crystals in the tower. So they kind of had a vague plan on how they're going to handle that using Ash Reed's magic. So they came with that, and they decided we should probably rest and recuperate a little bit before we attempt this. We've bought ourselves 2 weeks of time with the heads and nervous systems of Lois and Sebastian. And they kind of rested, they recuperated, and they remembered, oh wait, we've got 2 Germans by one of the planes outside. Let's go see what they are about. So Baxter, Hunter, and Hayden went out to the planes to talk to the airplane pilot and the mechanic. And in doing so, they kind of found out that Bauman is probably just a pilot. He has no idea what's going on. Just wanted to get a nice job after this expedition. This is a good way to get his flight time. For those of you who are pilots, you know what I'm talking about. You gotta get that flight time built up. And Hayden, was like, all right, you can let me go, but here's a headshot. However, with the mechanic, they were like, all right, come back to us at the tower. And I decided to play strip poker in Antarctica with Olaf Bjornsson, our husky manager, our doggo guy. And you a little crazy. He's losing it a bit. He tried to hit our dear German mechanic over the head with a shovel and punched him, but he kept missing, and it didn't go well. And Hayden was kind of able to smooth over the situation with Baxter and be like, hey, let's just walk back to the tower, man. Everything will be fine. Get back to the tower, point a gun at him, like, tell us what you know. And he's like, I don't know anything. And so they're like, Hayden, why don't you go get the stuff? We'll be fine. He'll be here. And Baxter, Ash, and Acacia Lexington were like, all right, we're going to untie you. You don't seem to really know anything. And that's when they started being like, oh, maybe you do know something. And Baxter is like, and he's like, oh, there's no need for that, Master Wiggins. And the face peeled off of the German mechanic, and it turned out to be the voice of Bob, the intrepid butler that had been... I finally got this open. I've been working on this whole recap. It turned out to be Bob, the butler that had been so valiantly and loyally serving Baxter this whole trip to Antarctica. But this time Bob had a kind of a tentacly face and said that Ash didn't belong here in this time. And so we're gonna pick up not with this moment, because that's a great moment. I'd love to pick up with that. We're gonna pick up with Hayden. Hayden, you went to grab something. Bring it back. What was that exactly that you were going to pick up?
I was going to grab our sheep friend.
Oh, that's right. You're going to go get
help
Ziggy.
With the interrogation and all that good stuff.
All right. So, you're going to go get Ziggy. Last time you saw him, he was in the big room with your little battle map that you guys kind of prepped out. So you get there, and he is kind of lining up some stuff. He's getting all the little tent rows in a line. He's like, "Oh, hi there! Can I help you?"
Yeah. I need your help. We've captured one of the Germans.
You did?
Yes, wow. And I believe in order to kind of get him to talk, well, the intimidation might not do anything if the professor has any indication. So a talking goat may freak him out just enough to kind of get him to slip what he knows.
I would like to think that my mere presence isn't horrifying and or enough to freak someone out. But, if you say so, I'm a little offended that you apparently think my presence is so intimidating. Apparently.
I think in the grand scheme of things, with people who are aware of all of this, as you said, you're a great cosmic being.
I am a great cosmic being, but
and we're just small, insignificant.
it's true. But like, you know.
Well, now we're just throwing insults back here. Why don't we just go?
All right. So I mean, I guess should I put on like a mask or something and be like, or like, what angle are we going for? Are we going for like good cop, bad cop? Are we going for like?
I mean, why don't we try good cop, bad hooves?
So you want me to be the bad cop?
Yeah, just
okay.
freak him out.
I can give it a go. I mean, I'm not generally. I'll do my best. I'm not very. I don't have a mean bone. I don't have any bones in my body actually, but particularly if I want to have a mean one. Well, I'll give it a go. No harm in trying. Right?
Okay. I believe in you.
Okay. Well, then let's go.
Let's interrogate someone and have a go.
Yep. All right. You're the good cop. I'm the bad cop. All right.
Yes, we want him alive. So don't.
Oh, we want to keep him alive. Well, that's. See, okay, maybe we should drop some boundaries here. So we got to keep him alive. If I'm going to play bad cop, I don't want to go too far. So, no death.
No death.
What else? Dismemberment?
What about? No, breakages are okay.
Okay, so broken bones are fine. Okay, nothing fatal. What about debilitating and or disfiguring?
What a tier system? We start as a 1. That's like light stuff, and we'll work down the numbers.
Okay, all right, and you just let me know if I've gone too far.
I will.
We're starting at tier 1, and tier 1's the low end of the tiers. Is it like on a scale of 1 to 10, and 1, or is it like 1 to 5?
It's 1 to 10, so 1 being like frets, and 10 being dismemberment.
Good to know. All right. Oh man, 10's dismemberment, so like 11's death and just a little too far. Gotcha. Okay, I think I can work with that scale. All right, let's you see like does that with his hooves, and you hear like knuckles cracking, but it just hooves, and it's a little unsettling. He's like, all right, let's go get this German then.
Yes. I think I'm just like wide-eyed, like this is normal.
Okay. All right. So that takes you a few minutes to find him, go talk to him, and bring him back. Meanwhile, Ash, Baxter, and Acacia Lexington, Bob has just revealed his true form and has said that Ash doesn't belong. How do y'all react to that exactly?
Mortified.
I can tell you how Acacia Lexington's gonna react. Acacia Lexington kind of just. She's not sure if she's right now.
It's about right. I can't blame her. Yeah, I think Ash just stares and just goes, what?
You're not supposed to be here.
You're not supposed to be here.
No. You're
Baxter,
not supposed to be
he's
here. This is
confused.
not your timeline.
This isn't.
No need
your
for that,
timeline
Master
either.
Wiggins.
I mean, fine.
It's
what
not.
are you?
That's why I'm Bob.
Right, that's. Looking at you, I wouldn't think you'd be a Bob.
Well,
You look a
you
lot
would be
more
able to understand my real name.
Grand. Fair
Yes,
enough.
my real name is. You hear like high-pitched whine. So, Bob is easier to say.
Yeah, I think that's close enough. So, what are you going to do about it?
Well, there's a few options on the table.
Right, good. Good. Options are good.
Kill you, to take you back. Or, since you do Well, there's a time travel prison, but I'm the time police.
Right, and time travel happens often enough for there to be a prison for it?
Well, there's repeat violators. So.
Oh, right. Okay. I think we'll go with none of those. In fact,
None of those. Well, I would just let you off with a warning, but this isn't your first time, Mr. Reed, so...
Is it not? He's looking around a bit confused.
No. You do this again in 13 years, but technically that was your first violation, and then this would be your second. And the grand...
That's how it works. Right, that makes sense. That seems a bit unfair. I mean, I'm back here, yes, but I came from there. Surely be one violation. This would be the first time.
Give me a fast talk, persuasion, or charm check.
Alright. I think I'm terrible at most of those. Let's have a look. Fast talk. Oh, persuasion. Let's see if I can do that. Can't actually. Yeah, I'm actually very good at persuading people. That's good.
Oh,
okay, I'm going to give persuasion a go then. That is a
19.
hard success.
Hard success. Okay. So you see, he kind of goes. Hold on. He pulls out a book, and it says, and it's basically it's you can't read the font. It's like the font, the text, the words on the front. But if you stare at it for like kind of long enough, the words shift slightly, and you're able to get the meaning. And it's Galaxy's Guide to Races and Their Concept of Time. And he goes and he's like, let's see, these are the human. Oh, this goes through. He goes. It seems that your species does have a very poor concept of time and time travel in general.
Quite terrible.
I suppose that I can monitor you. You'll be placed under timeline arrest. You have to stay in this timeline. But
right,
stay in this timeline for 13 years and don't hop again.
Don't help again?
Don't hop again.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I was going to say that might be a bit difficult. It's just a lot of our stuff hinges on my, my stuff that I do, my magic.
Yes, well, yes, your magic. Well, and you see he pulls out, it looks like a braided cord with like a slight metallic tinge to it, and he goes, "You're going to have to put this on to verify that you're not traversing timelines again."
And
goes
what
on
is
your
it?
ankle. It goes on your ankle,
right.
So we can monitor your timeline, what timeline you're in.
Is it always there? Is it uncomfortable? Only if it's 13 years wearing that.
No. It's flexible, so it's much more preferable than the ones that humans developed something similar in about 50, 80 years, but this is a more comfortable version.
Fair enough. Well, if that's what I need to do, Mr. Time Police, sir.
Yes. Yep. And then 13 years, if you haven't time traveled in that amount of time, well then, I guess we'll let you off the hook.
Right. That sounds like a plan.
All right. I'll be checking in from time to time, making sure that you haven't tampered with it, since you do possess magic. But
yeah, a little bit.
So he kind of, and you see he pulls the face back down all over him. All right. So, is there anything you're going to be needing? And he turns to Baxter. What is Baxter's reaction to all of this?
It's where basically he's watching the entire conversation, hand like hovering over this pistol in his holster, but not drawing unless anyone made an attack of aggression. So it's where it's like he knows like he doesn't attack unless he sees the opportunity to defend. But then when Bob puts the face back in, he just like slowly lowers, but just only only about like half a foot down.
Mm-hmm. And as he pulls the face back down, that's when Hayden and Ziggy walk into the room.
All right, Hayden.
Yes, we go. Why is he untied?
I got out.
It was a bit uncomfortable, but don't worry, I'm not going anywhere.
No. It'll definitely be about.
Were you able to get anything out of him?
You see Ziggy's got his little beady star eyes just looking at this guy.
We got something out of him. Load of crazy talk about time police and the like. Think he's a bit addled in the mind.
And then you see Ziggy's eyes go whoop as you say time police. He's like, Hayden, can I have a word with you over here for a moment? You kind of like went over to the corner.
Yeah. What that? And I walk over.
I don't think we should interrogate this guy.
Why?
He's the cops, man. He's the time police.
Okay, pretend I don't know anything you're talking about, and I'm freaked out that I'm talking to a sheep.
Okay, all right. So there's this. I mean, they've got another name, but technically, there's this group, this organization of beings that police time travel.
Okay.
And if you break too many of the rules of time travel, they come after you.
And he's one of them?
Yep. I had my suspicions, but then, Ash confirmed it. Which makes a lot of sense now that you think about it, because didn't you say he just kind of like whooped through from the Nazi apocalypse future? Not only is that like going back in time, that's like going back into crossing timelines. Ooh, yeah. I could see what. Oh, and then the tower's doing these time slips. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense why he's here. Actually, he's probably here to police that and just found he kind of looks over his shoulder at Ash. I don't know, convict or something.
I mean, can he help us?
I mean, they generally don't like to interfere in it with events that alter time, like time altering huge events like that. But if it's to prevent further time temperance or tampering with the temporalness, they'll generally provide slight assistance and keep it off the books. So I think the Nazis getting control of this and having a Nazi apocalypse future, he might be persuaded to provide assistance in that.
Right.
Yeah, because I think they'd mess with it more than we would if we stopped it. So, and then the time slips would stop happening because it'd be repaired, rather than, laser shoggoths.
Well, this is my life.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then I've heard of this time. This they have an alternate name. A lot of times they're really like they kind of have some bounty hunter ones. First they send the police after you, and if you beat up the police, then they send like the time flayers after you. And they're like you think I'm a bad cop. They're like the Spanish Inquisition, but of time police. Yep.
I just stare at the sheep for like 30
I know
seconds.
it's probably a lot to take in, but you seem pretty open-minded, Hayden. So,
No, I mean, I'm just dealing.
cool, it's all right. We all have. Do you need anything? We all have different coping mechanisms. I know. I mean, look at her. She's in Keisha's like.
Have you? I kind of like 1 minute, and I kind of like go back into the room. Is your name? I can't remember what his name was. The guy.
Yes, not Bauman. The other one. It's gonna come to me in a second. I forgot to open up my notes because I'm a terrible person. But yes.
I say his name, and I say, "Is that that's not your real name? Then is it? Are you even German?"
No. He goes, "Am I even German? The astral being tortured. No, I am not German. I'm not human, actually."
Great, another one, and I just look around to everyone.
If you, I could demonstrate if you'd like.
I look around. Is that something I want to see? Anyone?
Yes,
Anyone?
definitely. You should definitely see it.
I'll make sanity checks when you peeled back his face. So we'll just have him do it, and then everyone can make a sanity check.
Oh no! Why, Lindy? Why? I turn away.
Peels back his face.
Look away.
Oops.
I'm good.
You good?
Did I dodge quick enough?
No, you didn't. You heard the skin.
Why do you hate me, Lindy?
I don't hate. We are cousins.
I failed. What you wanted? Is that what you wanted?
I can imagine Hayden just like, anyone gonna say something? Anyone? See what we're all saying.
Oh, I gotta roll for Keisha. She didn't roll first time. I mean, she's still drinking either way. Yeah, she rolled an 81. She didn't do great. It's not a huge sanity loss though, because y'all have seen a bunch of weird stuff the past week. But it's a 1-point sanity loss.
Still
So if you failed, it's 1 point. And he goes, "If you don't," he's like, "I could put a different face on." He's like, "Yeah," and you see. He kind of reaches in back and pulls over a different face. And you recognize the face of Bob, the butler.
Oh.
Is this preferable? I was simply thinking that the German was more. It blended in.
No, Bob, you looked kind of weird back when I knew you, so you know. I kind of hold my gun and I look at it for a moment, just contemplating. Just contemplating, and I just kind of say, will you help us?
I am unaware of what it is you are trying to accomplish.
Trying to stop the Nazis from occupying this tower of stuff that affects the time, and there is an elder being in it, and they're gonna create shug-off lasers.
Yes, I believe that's the timeline he is from.
Right.
Put that anklet on, by the way. Is that?
Oh, yes, he says, and he just kind of slips it on. Not really wanting to mess with it at the minute. But, yes, that's the timeline I'm from. We're trying to
And as you put it on, you feel like a little... Like a little... Not unpleasant, like a little tingle just kind of goes... all your hairs kind of stand up on end for a second before going down. It's definitely magical.
Well, I could get used to that, he says, and kind of smiles a bit. But, yes, we're here to try and avoid my timeline. So, we're gonna...
Oh, that would explain your violation.
Well, everything goes to shit, so...
I can't tell you how to stop it. That would break code number 364. But I suppose I could listen to your plan and see if I could provide off-the-books assistance.
That'd be good. That'd be real helpful, actually. How about we run them through the plan, then? Right. Yes, to the maps, he says, and we'll get walking to the maps that they've got.
I'm gonna just
right.
walk over to Lexington. Can I have some of that? Thank you. Yeah.
She's not going to say no to the potential turncoat. She doesn't want to get shot again. She does not want to get shot again. She definitely shares it with you. I've had enough anyway. Here, you can just have the rest of the bottle. There's not a lot left in the bottle, but she hands it to you. I think that's wise. All right, let's go talk about this plan or whatever. Let's just get on with all this craziness. All right. And you see Ziggy approaches Bob, and they have a conversation in that whatever language it was that Bob gave you his name in originally, that he said he probably can't pronounce it, so he just goes by Bob. They have like a couple-minute conversation, and Ziggy's like, "Oh, all right then. It's great to have you here. Welcome to the tower. I'd give you the tour, but I'd be trying to talk about the plan first. Don't worry, there's some minor temporal fluctuations here. It's due to the damage. We're trying to repair it, which, you should be all about that, repairing the time fluctuations." And he's like, "Yes, it did seem to be having repeat disturbances here. That's originally why I was sent here, was to check out why there was so much temporal fluctuation here. And then I just happened to stumble upon a renegade along the way."
I like it. Renegade.
So you take him to the map room. All right. Tell me your plan.
Right, so, we'll take it step by step. And he'll run through their plan of, we sneak in, and then we find the Nazi camp, and after we teleport in, we sneak around, and I start to sprinkle dust on the different fires. We have each of us have a squad, we'll call them the dust squads, and each one of them will be sprinkling dust in different fires. We'll all be wearing gas masks, so it won't bother us, I think. I don't know if it will, but hopefully not. And the rest of them, they'll all fall asleep, and then we do the ritual. That's our plan. Oh, also I summon a storm.
Hold up.
No emotion is betrayed at all on his face to give you an indication as to whether this is a good plan or a bad plan, because, 643. But Baxter says, "Hold up." And turns to you. In addendums,
Yes.
Ash, do you even have the equipment that you've just spewed out?
Well, yes, I'm working on it. I can conjure storms. It's one of my tricks. And yes, I've already got some dust made, so we can make the dust that'll put people to sleep. I can also throw things pretty good if I put my mind to it.
You have
Oh, and I
dust
can
that
make
puts
people
to
fall in love with me, or you, or whoever, really.
And you see him rubbing his temple, and again, little statics are coming from his fingertips.
All right, Sparky. Is everything okay? Sounds like you're having a bit of an issue.
Ash. And he just spreads all his fingers. Can you explain this?
Whew.
And
Oi.
as you say, "Ash, can you explain this?" We're gonna pop outside to Hunter. Who is Hunter? It's you by the plane. You played a couple of rounds of strip poker before. You probably think you should stop, or you'll get frostbite. When you or Olaf will get frostbite. You played at least 2 rounds. You won the first 2, I believe. Why don't you give me another intelligence check, see who wins the 3rd round?
Alright.
Or you guys are playing, best 2 out of 5, because Olaf didn't like best 2 out of 3. Oh, Olaf got a 100. Ah,
And we're playing for vodka sips also.
yeah.
Yes, he
All
brought
right,
it.
cool.
He probably has a 3 high.
Whew, yeah. So you definitely whoop him again. You win, get all the vodka, and then you figure you should probably stop, or you might die from frostbite or hypothermia or something. There's a little bit of common sense that's left.
I'll play the last
Robin is hiding in this plane.
Take that. Good game. This was probably the best game ever.
Duh. This was great. I can have great stories of time. I played
Take that
strip poker in Antarctica. No one will believe me.
Take the last shot, set the glass down, or the tin there, and
Yeah.
You know, I never got to tell her.
Tell who?
I've got to find her. I have got to find her. And I
All
get
right,
up
let's find her.
and I start marching towards the plane. And then I stop, turn around, and then dress, put all my clothes back on,
Mm-hmm.
suit.
Yep.
Then to the plane. Yes, please come with me. I'll probably need your help.
Well, where are we going? Should
the
we
plane,
wait for
hurry.
others?
No, we're just going to the plane. Over here to the
Okay.
plane.
We go to plane. So you go
Ooh.
into do you go into the Bell, which is Acacia Lexington's plane, or do you go
No.
into the Weddle?
The Weddle, the one we flew over.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Olaf, Lou, we're looking for a penguin. And I start searching the plane for a penguin.
Okay, give me spot hidden checks. Olaf will help.
All right, mine is...
He succeeded on that one.
Okay.
He did much better at this. He's not good at poker, apparently. Okay, so you guys have to tear the whole plane apart, but you're after a little while, in like where one of the mechanics like compartments where you would pull up something to get to work on the plane, he pulls it up. He goes, I found a penguin. He's not like ones we found earlier, though. Much smaller and not albino. And
Yep.
you see, he pulls out Doris, who is wearing a like little mechanic's outfit with the parka on still.
Mm-hmm. Hunter immediately runs, rushes over. Yes. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. That's who I was looking for. And
All right.
I will,
Well, we found her.
grab Doris and cuddle a little affectionately.
Mm-hmm.
I knew we would find her. I'll adjust, make sure her suit is on.
Yep, her coat's fitting perfectly.
Well, yeah, it's on. Make sure it's all zipped up.
Mm-hmm.
Dust her off. She's clean.
Yeah,
Not
it's
injured
clean, no
anywhere.
dust.
Okay.
Nope.
Been a while since I've seen her.
Intact. It has been.
All right.
There appears to be give me another spot hidden check, Hunter.
I will sit down in one of the nearest seats there and just hold Doris for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
There's a spot hidden. That's going to be...
Yes.
Still a fail.
Okay. You don't notice anything.
Nope,
Yeah, so you hold Doris, and Olaf will close the compartment. See if you notice.
Talking to...
Nope.
Just sitting and talking to Doris and probably Lou at the same time. About some of the things,
Right.
catching up on what's been going on.
Okay. So Olaf's like, I will wait outside.
I'll give him just a wave and keep talking.
Mm-hmm. You see, he goes outside. And Bauman comes out, and they kind of start talking. Have a little crank up a little hand heater. Get it going. So
I never got to tell her that I was the one who bought you for her. Now she'll never know.
your little floaty red balloon says, well, I mean, you could still tell her. Her consciousness is still in the tower. You just gotta go up to the wall.
I don't understand. What do you mean, Lou?
She's connected to the tower now. You could still tell her.
Can she hear me?
Yeah, she can understand everything that's going on. At least for a little while still.
Can she communicate?
Oh, that's gonna be hard for her to do. She might be able to get a couple words out.
So we need to save this tower. We damn sure need to save this tower.
I mean, that's the plan.
So what are we waiting for? I walk outside the plane. Where is everyone?
Olaf goes, hey, everyone else went to a large tower.
Go get them. We need to get back to camp. We got things to do.
Oh, okay, where is there a lot of places to go? I have not been in tower yet. Is there, like, is there, like, up, down, left ramp? Stairs?
Never mind. I got it.
Okay.
And I will,
I will hold down fort here.
yeah. I'll, get any more vodka. Just another shot.
Mm-hmm. I'll pour you one.
I'll take another shot and make sure my equipment's good and put my pack on, and then take a strap, some leather, and make a little tie-in through the jacket of Doris, and then attach it on to my pack strap.
Okay.
So I don't have to hold it. I've got my arms free.
Yeah, so it's like a little like one of those baby carriers.
Yeah,
Like
kind
on
of
a
like that.
backpack. Yeah.
Yeah, strapped onto the side of my pack there.
Okay.
And start heading back towards the tower.
All right. So you head back to the tower, and you have to pass through the map room in order to get up to where Lois is. So you see Bob. Everyone's talking to Bob here, and Baxter is showing off electrical fingers to Ash, and y'all see Hunter come in, looking a little pink in the face, with Doris strapped to his backpack.
Your sparky hands are mighty impressive, and we'll definitely talk about that. Does Hunter have a baby penguin strapped to him? Is it his?
Gods!
I've only heard of those
That's
things
true.
in myth.
Yeah, oh yeah, because the world heated up too much. All the penguins died. First penguin.
Baxter? Something you want to tell us, man?
I was gonna ask you the same question.
Okay. It looks really neat, though. I like that.
Alright, I'll explain my side of the story, then you explain yours. This is what I guess happened after
That's
our
cool.
encounter with that.
Because we've got a plan. We need to go. We've got things to do. There's a Nazi apocalypse or something going out, right? Ziggy Starsheep said something about like we
Yup.
got things to do.
Yep. I mean, yeah. We're working on that. We're explaining the plan. We're just going over it one more time before, we just go out and do it.
All right. Hey, Bob. Good to see you again. This is
Yes.
Lou. This is Doris. Have
Yes,
you
we'll
met
rotate it.
you met Glop yet? Goop.
Oh no, I have not met a goop yet, but Lou and Doris and I are well acquainted. Yes, hello, Doris. No one hears
Who said-
anything back.
Who
Speak?
said hello?
Yes.
So about your sparky hands. He'll go over to Baxter and sort of just put a hand on the shoulder and then move to the side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What does Hayden do?
I think Hayden's just has drunk everything and is just staring at this and is just
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Doris is speaking apparently.
You don't hear Doris speak anything, but Bob goes, she is sentient, but a telepath. So
I hate you. But please help us. It's been a lot. Can we focus on one maddening thing at a time?
The human psyche is very fragile. That probably should be how it is. It didn't do.
I mean, if you have something to expand my psyche to understand these things, I'd be happy to look into that. But right now,
there's a potential procedure, but it's more lethal often than not.
So the plan.
The plan, yes, sparky fingers, dust storms.
I've got it.
Thanks.
We'll deal with that. So, Baxter and Ash, you kind of gone to the side to get away from everything else that's going on right now. Talk about Sparky Fingers.
Yeah, is there any way I can look at it and
Give me an occult check or a Cthulhu Mythos check.
That is a pass.
That's a pass. All right, so
That's an occult.
you've seen this before. It doesn't happen often, but the electric swithering eels, sometimes, not often, but occasionally, a spark of the energy of the essence that powers them can get transferred to whoever defeated or kills them. So assuming Baxter dealt the killing blow, he may have received this spark in return. And now there's a couple people in your unit back in the Nazi apocalypse that have this ability. They're able to shock other people and things, and it does affect eldritch beings that are sometimes unaffected by regular weapons. But it's not like, oh, I'm immune to electricity, so it shocks them a little bit, but they deal much more damage than they receive.
Okay. Yeah, he'll kind of think about that and then rub his chin. Looks like you have the swithering fingers. It's a technical term from where I'm from.
What?
Fingers that swither. You slayed a swithering eel, yes? An electrical thing that was formed of energy.
Yes.
Great. In which case, I know what that is. It is a power that you may harness, and you can use it to attack people or things, preferably things or bad people, and it will shock them. But it will damage yourself a bit. Like, it will have a bit of backlash, because, our bodies aren't made for electricity, or swithering energy, as it may be. But power swithers through you, Baxter. And you can own it.
Hold up.
Alright.
So essentially, whatever that creature was, it's left its energy within me, and I could use its power, but it has side effects.
Yes. All of those things are correct. You're very, very good at picking this up. Maybe it's my amazing teaching ability, but yes, you can do that. You can shoot out energy, and you can hurt yourself with it. That's not the good bit, that's a side effect, but it is a part of it, so it's worth mentioning. So don't go around being all sparky all the time, With great power comes great responsibility, Baxter.
No kidding! But thank you for this information.
It's all right.
If I wouldn't have known, who knows what would have happened.
It might have been a very lethal handshake.
Oh, God.
I didn't mean to... I'm sorry. I thought it'd be funny, but I can see I've upset you, and I'm sorry about that. You won't kill anybody with a handshake, I think. Does that help?
Oh, yes. I'll be extra careful. But
Great.
This is good. Scary, but good.
No,
You know
power
that
is terrible.
a lot of people put rubber gloves on if they're going to be doing a lot of that kind of thing. Yep.
Okay, yeah, he'll kind of think about it. Actually, I remember some people who used to, like, they slid on rubber gloves when they were, like, handshaking people or touching people who, weren't particularly switheringly gifted. And it helped them. Maybe you could use that, like, ground yourself in some way.
I'm not sure if we have any rubber gloves in hand. We only have, like, enough to keep us warm, but I'll keep
I
an
also
eye on
might
it.
not suggest swimming.
Oh
Or
no,
bathe.
my dream of becoming an Olympic swimmer is destroyed.
I'm really sorry to hear that, Baxter. It is devastating.
Sarcasm, man!
Come. You'll swim again one day, Skipper. We can get you there. He says and sort of gives you a grin and just pats you on the shoulder. Come on then, electric boy. We should get on with this.
Both of you give me idea checks, which is an intelligence check.
All right.
I hope those are successes for you too, because y'all don't have 20 intelligence. Yeah, alright, so
That's a success.
both of you guys,
That's a hard success for Baxter.
so Baxter especially, you would be like, wait a moment. Sebastian's doctor kit would have a set of rubber gloves in there to not transmit diseases, as that was pretty standard for doctors at that time. So there's probably a couple sets. Now, they weren't super common, but there's probably 1 to 3 sets in his bag.
Do I know who's holding that said bag?
I think it was Hayden.
Player knowledge, I think
Yeah.
it was Hayden.
Yeah.
I was thinking either
Mhm.
Hayden or Lena.
I'm pretty sure it was Hayden who picked it up. So Hayden's kind of just staring out right now in the room, maybe swaying just ever so slightly.
Just up against the wall, just like, wake me up.
Before you go.
So- So yeah, you can approach Hayden if you'd like about the gloves.
Oh yeah. Hayden.
Mm.
Hey buddy. Sebastian's doctor bag. Do you have it?
Yeah. Here it is. I put it around the corner. It was getting awkward to carry.
Okay. I just require just one item from it, and I'll give the bag back. Okay.
Sure. You need to feel you hurt?
No. I'm far from hurt. I just need gloves.
Oh, why?
My own supply was running low.
You understand how weird that sounds, right?
It just like gives the awkward smile because like Baxter has like zero response.
Here you go. I don't even know what you used them for.
Yeah, a pair of rubber gloves. So Hunter, you've got Doris, and you're gonna. Where are you headed up? You headed up to the tower? Taking anybody with you? I'm headed up to the wall, rather.
No, not yet. I'm seeing if everyone is ready to go. Just trying to usher everyone. Come on, we've got the plan in place. Does everyone understand what we're going to do? We're going up against the Germans, and I can tell you it's probably not going to be easy unless we've got some help. But if we don't, then it's going to take all of us to focus, and we need to get this thing done quickly because we've already been here, 2 weeks? About 2 weeks.
It's been a week.
Yeah.
You have 2 weeks till.
Yeah. So it's been about a week, and I missed a lot of it. But you guys have, everybody's caught me up on what's going on. So let's go do this thing. Let's go do it.
Why are you all right? You've been incoherent for the past week, and then you agreed to play strip poker. I think in Antarctica, outside. So if we're talking about focus, you don't seem to have a lot of the old focus you had, Hunter. Are you all right?
Let's see. I want to take out whip my pistol out, my sidearm, and spin it, kind of, 6-gun it, and then return it quickly to my holster. Do I need to want me to roll for that or anything, Keeper? Or
No, if you're just like spin it, you're fine.
yeah, it's just instinct, something that he's dead.
Yeah, that's more muscle memory than anything else.
Yeah.
So you're not shooting.
I needed to clear my head, and thankfully I've got Doris and Lou here now to help keep me straight. So, and you remember I jumped in the water as soon as we hit the Arctic Circle. That's just what I do. Trying to get you guys and everyone on board, and let's go do this thing.
Okay.
For Lois, for Sebastian, for Starkweather, and I mean, basically, are we trying to save the world?
Yes. I mean, I'm ready when everyone wants to go. So.
Baxter, we good? We ready?
He's like midway putting gloves on. Yeah. Wait, what are we agreeing to?
I knew it. Always count on Baxter. He's good to go.
We also need to pick up some of the people from the city as well as we go. Yeah. So also the elder thing need to follow us.
They're probably not going to have any problem with that, right, Ziggy?
Oh yeah, no, they'll just fly right behind you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. What I suggest, so we don't freak people out, is that one team goes first and picks up the people at the city, and then the second team has the other things flying behind them, so it doesn't freak everybody out.
That good plan.
Sounds like a good call. I'll go. Like I said, I will go and talk with Professor Moore, because he was expect me to come, and I'll relay the news to him and handle him. Let him know what everything's going on.
All right. I think I saw him sleeping downstairs. So. And I'm gonna go and get my stuff. They said there were weapons, right? I'm gonna get some weapons. They said they had some.
Yeah,
old
you have
guns
your
or
weapons that you
something.
guys brought with you.
Didn't
I
the
think
sheep said there were some old weapons or something that the elder people just.
they have a couple old weapons. They're not guns. They're like, weirdly crafted swords, spear things. But, guns are new.
And those laser cannon bombs.
No.
Everybody's misplaced.
No.
Lost in the junk pile.
No. I mean, their limbs, their tentacles can cut through steel, so they don't really have a need for that.
I cry in the corner.
Just flail around.
They shimmy.
This is a shimmy. They flail.
They flail, yeah.
They flail
Flail
around
and shimmy.
with their tentacles.
All right, so Hunter takes off. Everyone follow me. And start leading the path back to the aircraft.
Okay. Well, do you guys go pick up Dr. Professor Boyfriend and Lena and Priestley? Okay, so I'll go grab them from downstairs. They're napping and preparing things and stuff. And you guys head up to the plains. Everybody sees Bauman and Olaf kind of heating up their hands. Actually, let's see if they see you. Do you go say hi to Lena or Lois before you go, Hunter?
No, I'll do that later.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead of the group and try and warn them of what they might be saying.
Okay. All right.
So they don't just open fire.
All right. So, Hunter. Gosh, I keep saying Hunter. Hayden. It's because I'm insane and you're insane. Hayden, you go out and you see. No, it's because Hunter's insane. You're not that insane yet, Hayden. I mean, you're getting there, but you're not there yet. So you see Olaf and Bauman chilling out there. Bauman, as soon as he sees you guys coming, he starts heating up the plane engines. So that's going to take a minute. Oh, yeah. He's able to heat them up. He's kind of been keeping them mid-heated just because he knows you guys were going to, you kind of maybe keep them on, thaw some of the ice. So he's warming up the engines. He's got the little hand torch to try to heat up the engines to get them ready to crank.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to Olaf and Bauman, get them in the same space, and just be like, okay, here's the thing. There are Nazis.
There are Germans, and Bauman's like, Nazis? I mean, I know there was a couple maybe who are members of the Nazi political party in the camp, but does this have anything to do with what Rucker told you? Was he able to help you out?
Well, you know the professor,
Professor.
He was he's a part of the Nazi party, but he's a part of a group that wants to overthrow Europe and the world.
We tried that. Go very
killed
well.
Sebastian.
Oh.
Yes.
He looks nervous, like, I hope they're not gonna try to kill me because he killed you guys. He's like, and so what is the plan now?
Well, we know where the camp is, and they want to use the tower as it's an old tower that has a boundless energy source. Like the city, it's strange. So it was probably made from whoever made the city.
I just saw it from the sky.
It was quite weird, just seeing it endless almost.
Okay.
So they want to use the limited energy source to kind of create weapons from that. So we're trying to stop them, and we've gained the help of. Have any of you read Frankenstein?
Olaf is like, no, I love Frankenstein. It's a good book.
Right. Well, we were able to.
Really hope the author puts out more works. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yes, and we've gained the help of some of the creatures that was being used as experiments inside there, and they're helping us round up some of the bad Germans.
Okay, so I'm not.
When you see these creatures,
okay.
Are you a bad German?
No,
Are you sure?
I'm just a
pilot.
pilot.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's a.
Okay, I gave you my headshot. I believe you.
He looks at Olaf like he's crazy.
But when you see the creatures, don't attack them. and try and hold on to your sanity. Anyway, the group's coming. There they
Okay.
go right now. And I like point.
Okay. So they're going to fly the plane and follow you and not freak out.
Yes, don't freak out.
Okay.
They're going to be following behind your plane, but it's going to be fine.
Right. Okay.
Don't try to converse with them.
Oh, all right. It is hard in the plane anyways, because, it's so loud and all
They'll be
that.
flying
I'll just
outside of it.
looks around in it looks like another aeroplane.
No.
Are they birds?
No. Kind of like if you got an octopus and glued 15 of them together.
And then added some bat wings.
Yeah.
I'm just going to focus on flying the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll remember you fondly. Walk away.
Okay. He gets into the plane, cranks it up. He doesn't know what to think. He's pretty sure you're insane.
No, he's gonna think that until he sees him.
I know.
This crazy motherfucker. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully he doesn't crash the plane. We'll see what happens. So yeah, and Olaf's been heating up your plane's engine. So, it's
Olaf told him, so
there.
he's all right.
Yeah, Olaf kind of saw them as they flew overhead. He hasn't seen them up close in person yet, so he probably does make a sanity check again, but well, we'll see what happens with all of that. That'll be fun. Alright. So you guys get the planes heated up. You can fit 4 people in each plane. Or no, that's wrong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in each plane. Yep, 6 people in each plane. So you've got the Bell and the Whittle. So Hayden, you're piloting one. Bauman's piloting the other. We've got Lena, Dr. Professor Boyfriend, Bob, Ash, Hunter, Baxter. We're at 8. Perfect. There's nobody else. And Ziggy. But Ziggy is astral and doesn't weigh anything. So, I'm guessing you're gonna put him in Hayden's plane.
Yeah, he just hard lights exists in the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Are we taking
Bauman's
Lexington?
freaked out and scared. Oh yeah, Lexington's gotta have a seat too.
Yeah.
I mean, we need
who's the
co-pilots.
extra person then? Oh yeah. So, you want Acacia to co-pilot for Bauman, or you want her to co-pilot for you?
I don't need no co-pilot. You can go first.
All right. So you're gonna get drunk. You have a drunk co-pilot, Bauman.
Yeah, hope you don't crash.
We'll see. So
If she dies, he's gonna be like, "This is what he planned."
Acacia. He's just trying to. Alright, so Acacia, Bauman, I'm highlighting and make sure you all fit on these planes. You don't leave them behind. Rutgers, Bob. So highlight him. Boop. You left Dr. Johann. You got Priestley. Yoop. You've got Hayden. Lena. No, yep. Lena's not dead. Lois is dead. Baxter. Just gonna do this. Anybody I'm missing? Sebastian's dead, but we have Ash. I'll just highlight him. Olaf, because you guys took Olaf with you. Oh.
I mean, I'm guessing someone can sit in the co-pilot seat. Isn't there a co-pilot?
Mm-hmm. We'll carry 6, including pilot, co-pilot.
Oh, okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, they fit 12. Yeah, you guys have this fine. Why do I keep thinking 8? You guys can fit 12. Yeah, you guys are fine. But who do you shove into Lexington's plane in case they do crash because one has never seen an elder thing and the other is drunk? Who do you put in that plane? Just out of curiosity.
God. Kind of wish Jess was here because to say like Professor Boyfriend, but I kind of think they'd be together.
Professor Boyfriend. Yeah, so you can fit technically you fit Ash, Hunter, Baxter, Lena, and Professor Boyfriend on your plane. And you could put Priestley, Bob, Bauman, Acacia, and Ziggy on the other plane, if you'd like.
Wait, no, Ziggy doesn't wear anything. He's on our plane.
That's okay. Ziggy doesn't wear anything. He's on your plane. Okay. So you're like, and Priestley. You put Priestley on that plane too. All right.
He's got like main cast on like the side of our plane.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's like one is expendable.
Planes, and then everybody else on the other plane. And Dr. Professor Boyfriend. Dr. Professor Boyfriend at Law is on your plane.
Yeah.
So
MD.
cool. So you guys fly to the camp in the city. Now yeah, okay. So fly back to the camp in the city.
In the city.
I'm just gonna question if you guys remembered how much oxygen you brought. How many days worth?
5 oxygen. I don't know. I don't know how much.
I think we would have been checking it like for the days.
Well, you guys didn't need it in the tower, but there are people in the city who might have needed it. So
can I have an idea of how much that was?
Yeah, give me an idea.
Because we've been talking about it for a while, so I think we would have considered it. Idea check.
Idea check.
Well, that's a success. I have an 80.
Okay, yeah. So you have an idea that they did have a decent. So they had enough. You guys had enough for 5 days, and then you guys took a couple personal tanks, some of the personal size tanks, not the big size tanks, up to the tower with you guys. But you guys didn't use hardly any of it because when you're at the tower, you don't need it. You guys had enough for 5 days worth at camp, and you guys spent 3 days there. Now, some people died and carried away and stuff, so if they lowered it so they're kind of just borderline hypoxia the whole time, then they should be fine. Just a little looping. You're gonna have to give them oxygen as soon as you get there. Or they may have taken the Enderby, which was kind of set on fire and a little damage. A little bit, not set on fire per se, but this is really messy. That's right, because he shot Danforth in there. He was supposed to set him on fire, but you guys stopped him.
Yeah, the one guy I shot. Woo.
You got him. The one guy you shot. So they may have left for camp, back over the mountains, but the weather hasn't been great. So the weather is beautiful today, though.
Okay.
So
I won't go into semantics. Okay.
Also, the person who could fly the plane, Joe, was shot. So it depends on how he was doing. If he would have been able to fly the plane. So, guys, give me piloting checks to see how you guys fly back to camp. Huh.
That
okay.
is...
Well, Lexington Drunk rolled a 35, so she's fine. And Bauman rolled a 20. He's ace. He's pro.
Where's piloting? Navigation? Is that what it is? Or is it actual piloting?
No, actual piloting. And that's pretty good. I'll tell you in a second.
I can't find my piloting skill. Oh, here it is. I got it. I have to put it down separately. 75. Yeah, so I passed.
Alright, cool. So you guys fly back. 4 elder things follow you behind the plane. Lexington sees them, but Bauman is so just tunnel visioned on focusing and following your plane. He rolled a 95. He doesn't notice them.
Okay.
He's like, I'm not looking, I'm just what I need to do to fly this plane. That's what he's about. So he doesn't see them, which is
I will prove
I probably only got a 20.
Could have been one Bauman
yes.
that we'd have them following? Because that would have been hilarious if not.
Yeah, you have them following Bauman. It's you guys' plane. It's the Weddle, the Bell, and then 4 elder things following. And you have to fly a little slower because the elder things can't fly as fast as you can. But they just fly, so that's pretty cool. They don't need fuel. You guys fly back to the city and find the landing strip. It's not hard. The landing strip isn't as clear as when you left it, so it's gonna be a bit of a bumpy landing. Can you just give me one more piloting check to see how you stick the landing?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, I still passed.
Okay. Yeah, just barely. So you pass, and Bauman, not seeing the other things, just tunnel vision. He rolled a 36, so he's just smooth landing right next to you. You guys land in the square of that kind of Parthenonish kind of thing you guys landed in the first time, and it looks really deserted. The Enderby is still there though. It's kind of got like a casing of ice over it. Looks like no one's really been out there or touched it. You know that you guys had moved your camp kind of inside one of the buildings for an oxygen tent. So.
What's
Yes,
what time of day is it? What time of day are we landing at now?
It is. I mean, it's hard to tell because the sun doesn't set or anything. It just kind of shifts a little bit back and forth. But it is afternoon time. About lunchtime probably, actually.
All right. So Hunter will lead while everyone gets, or whoever gets the planes turned around, and you need to get them refueled or anything like that. Do I need to?
I'll probably refill them. Yeah.
You probably should if you're going. Are you going to stop at Percival Lake's camp and drop some people off, or are you going to head straight to the South Pole?
Oh God, that's. Well, we were actually talking about getting some people to help us from there, so
yeah,
we'll probably go there and see if anyone's going to help us.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
they also have a bigger German plane there as well.
Mm-hmm. They do have one of the big German planes there, but there's also some Germans. So.
That's right. Some Germans.
There's some Germans.
you can
All
handle that. So I'll go to look for Professor Moore.
All right, so you guys
Register
go into. Give me listen checks.
Oh. All of us?
Everyone who's like going towards. You're staying at the plane. Don't need to go. Who is headed towards the tent areas? Also, Ash, this is a super cool, huge city that you guys flew over. This is your first time seeing all this, so massive, ancient city, real trippy, pretty cool. You land. Also, it's freezing. This is your first time outside of the tower.
Yeah, he's probably like been looking out. It's like, oh my god, this is amazing, and then steps off and is like, what is this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, stepping out of the tower, you would have been like,
What is this infernal lack of heat?
Oh, and Olaf would have been on the bell as well, because make room for Dr. Professor Boyfriend at law.
Oh, we've got to make room for him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So he would come off as well, because he's all about getting out there. I don't think he's met Ash yet, really, so he'd be like, we seem to have swapped people while at tower. I do not know what happened, but nice to meet you. My name is Olaf Bjornsson.
My name
He's
is Ash.
massive Russian dude.
Name's Ash. Ash Reed. Nice to meet you. Big, and he says, and he kind of grips his hand and shakes.
Mm-hmm. Just gives you a big slap on the shoulder.
Oof. All right then. It's friendly.
All right. Bah! It's good to make friends. All right, we should go check on our other friends here. You've not been here before, so this is where we hit camp. We explore city.
Nope.
Couple
Looks
people
amazing.
got kidnapped / carried away. It happens,
Right.
I guess. It's very strange. I not ask too many questions.
It's probably for the best, yes. I mean, I'm happy to have a look around, though. It looks like a delightful place. Very different. Didn't know this was out here.
No one knew this out here. It's new. Very, very strange. But I'm looking forward to get back to camp. And I will introduce you to all of my dogs.
You have dogs? That sounds amazing. I love dogs.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of dogs in the apocalypse, but those who do are very, very well kept as pets. So you guys, it's Hunter walking up. Who else is going up to check on the place? Hunter, Olaf, Baxter, Ash. Hey, you gonna stay at the plane? Okay, cool. So you guys walk over to the inside. You see the tent has a few slashes in it. as you enter the building. Looks like kind of just tears and rips in it. The outer tent that, you'd go into to get into the smaller oxygen tents.
Professor Moore, you around here?
Pardon? Cut out for a second.
Hollering for Professor Moore. Are you out here, sir?
Give me that listen check. Or did you already give me listen checks?
Yeah,
Did anyone
that's a fail.
those? Okay. You don't hear anything. Let's see if Olaf hears anything. Nope. You guys don't hear anything. Just the wind outside.
All right, so I'm going to go to the, just glance at that. Baxter, would you check out the tents? I'm going to look inside the building here real quick. Don't stay out here too long.
Yeah. The tent takes up most of the interior of the building. And then there's 3 smaller tents inside.
Yeah, so, does sound carry pretty well inside this building?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's a small building. It's one of like the little, it's just big enough for the tent, really. And it kind of, you can go around it, but it's, connected it through a little fence, a stone fence, a little low stone wall to the next building. That's about the same. Kind of all go around the perimeter of this courtyard.
All right. Yeah, check this one here, Baxter. I'll hit the next one.
All right, so you go inside the tent, Baxter?
Yes.
Kind of push aside the shreds of the exterior tent, and you see that the 3 interior tents, one of them is kind of bent and broken in, but the other 2 appear to be fine.
And it's like, is there like anything clearly missing or knocked down or like any sign of a struggle or anything?
Yeah, where the tent is, that's all kind of bent and broken in. You see that there's not a lot of dust in here. You guys cleaned up pretty good. But you see that there's some scuff marks on the floor and stuff around it. A little bit of blood.
I mean, Max is looking around. Is there anyone like behind him at all, or anyone with him? They just.
Where's Ash? Is Ash with Baxter or with Hunter?
He's going to check on the dogs, so he'll be wherever Olaf is.
Dogs aren't here, sadly. They're at the personal lake camp because he couldn't fit all the doggos in a plane. And Olaf's
so he's at the camp.
Yeah, so he's excited to get back to the camp. But Olaf is just he's paired off with Hunter right now.
Okay, cool. I'll go with Baxter then in that case, because I don't want Baxter going off alone. He's a sparky boy.
Yeah.
He might get himself into some trouble. So he's going to
go
do
with gloves on, and you never know. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to go with Baxter.
So yeah, you look over your shoulder, and Ash is right behind you.
I'm right here. All along, I've been here. I'm glad you're so welcoming, Baxter, he says, and walks up to you instead, kind of still holding himself very tightly and shivering.
Yeah.
How do you live in this cold? Was it always like this?
As far as I can remember.
Bloody hell, in some ways I'm glad it warmed up. Never felt this cold before, never felt many cold things before. This is insane.
Indeed, so.
I can only imagine London being this cold.
Right, so there's a clear sign of a struggle in this tent.
Oh, is there? Oh,
Yeah, you're in the big tent. There's the 3 inner tents. One of them shows signs of struggle of blood, and the other 2 are unopened still.
So, what do we think? What do we think got him? Is it?
Well,
Any ideas?
So far, no, but this is why we investigate.
Right. Yes, investigation, something I'm great at.
Sure as hell hope so.
All right. So you gonna look inside the other 2 tents?
Yeah. See
or
what
all
we can
3
find.
tents? All right. So the tent on the far right's the one that's kind of collapsed, and you have the other 2. Which one do you check out first? The one on the left or the one in the center? Or the one on the right that's all collapsed?
Should we go left?
Yeah, let's go left.
Let's go left. Left, Lucky. Lucky
Right.
left.
Look left. Yes.
You open the left-hand tent, and you see inside are a few people lying on the floor. You see Dr. Moore, you see Joe, and you see Halperin, which was Starkweather's co-pilot. They're lying on the floor, unconscious. You can see they're still breathing, and you hear, now that you've opened the tent, the faint hissing of an oxygen tank.
Mm.
And then you see several other empty oxygen tanks on the side. Looks like this is the last one.
See? Lucky left. What do we do with this? Why are they laying down like that? Is there something up with them?
Let's look around. We might find some evidence around here.
Yeah, maybe. We'll leave them to their hibernation. Right. He says he goes back out, completely convinced that that's what people did in winter, not having ever lived through.
Yes, never having lived through winter. Do you close the tent flap doors behind you?
I don't think Ash would, because he doesn't know any better.
Baxter, give me an idea roll.
You got it. I'm not that smart.
Well, you're not sure why they're unconscious, but they're in an oxygen tent. And you hear the faint hissing of oxygen. You do know that it was protocol to close the tent flaps behind you to keep the oxygen in, but... Do you close the flap behind you?
Yeah, I would close it.
Okay.
If I know that, then yes.
Staring out.
You would know that, but I don't think you connect the rest of it. Not with the 93. You're just like, oh man, well I guess they're just, maybe they're really sleepy or got knocked out and put here, who knows. Alright, check out the middle tent.
There's just moving in pulse.
There's a pulse, they're alive. They just...
There's no sign of danger.
Oh, sleeping
the oxygen's
lion.
still going, so... Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go into the middle tent next.
Right in the middle.
Right.
Yes.
Middle tent is empty. There's some clothes and stuff here. It's basically like supplies in this tent.
Okay.
Not many of them are left. You see that there's no food left. Yeah, there's a lot of empty containers and canisters and stuff.
Interesting.
Oh, does that come up to strange Baxter at all, or is this like as it would be?
Yes, they ran out of food.
Okay.
I'll look around and just be like,
Probably a few days ago. A couple days ago.
well, it looks like they definitely are in hibernation then. I heard you feasted before you slept back in those days. But to eat all their food seems a bit risky. They might not live through the winter.
Yeah, they definitely did not ration out accordingly.
No, exactly. And what'll leave when summer comes around?
No. It doesn't make sense, but we don't have enough evidence to make a proper accusation.
Ooh, we're accusing someone. What are we doing that for? I don't understand. I'll be honest, I've never...
It's my father speaking. These are the words he has drilled inside my head. He wanted me to become an investigator, so these are the words he used a lot and trained me, so...
Little did you know, you are an investigator, because this is called Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Can't escape it! Become the very thing I tried to resist.
I see. Interesting. Fair enough. Well, maybe we'll find out what happened. Did they open them with can openers? Maybe that'll help. Did they pry it with a knife viciously? Did they seem mad?
Seems that
Good
they
idea.
just used the can openers.
Alright, so they did not do it barbarically, and it looked like it was not an act of desperation.
Right. Can you tell that by like the angle of the peeling and stuff? I'm not an investigator, so I'm just checking. I mean, I guess I am, given I'm here, but...
Well, there's not a lot of things just whipped in twine, and not things to just rip to shreds.
Right,
When a man becomes desperate, they become less careful.
So we should check out the collapse tent, yes?
Yes.
Cool. He says, and he kind of backs out, pointing at you still.
All right. So you guys go into the broken and collapsed third tent.
Definitely.
Let's pop outside to Hunter and Olaf. You guys are doing a perimeter check.
Yeah, walking around, yelling every 20, 30 feet for Professor Moore or anyone.
Mm-hmm. No response. The city is eerily quiet.
And I know sound carries here because I tested it before.
Mm-hmm.
I yelled. Lou, how high can you float?
How high do you want me to float?
Can you just go up high enough and maybe see if you can spot anyone from above ground?
I can try. You kind of just slowly... It floats up.
Yeah.
Probably goes up about 20 feet. Kind of turns around slowly. And then...
Olaf. Lou will find us. Lou will let us know if he sees anything.
So I saw you guys. And the planes. And that was about it.
Damn it, where did the professor go? He wouldn't have left. Oh, the planes are still here. Let's go back inside the building and see if Baxter's found anything. If they're not out here, they have to be inside.
Makes sense. Let's look. Doesn't look like anyone's been outside for a while. So you go back inside. Right as Baxter and Ash are opening the third tent. You open up the tent.
This is the one that's collapsed, right?
It's not fully collapsed. It's kind of reminds you of like it's real saggy. It looks like maybe one of the supports was broken, but like you could still walk inside of it. It's just real droopy. Walk inside and you see the body of Danforth, and on the walls of the tent, which you couldn't see from the outside because there's no interior light shining out, is just written over and over and over again, Tekalili, just in blood, all around the edges. And it looks like maybe he took his nails to he's got scratches all over him, and his hands are just covered in blood.
Well, this looks familiar.
So sanity checks, please.
That isn't normal, right?
Actually it is.
Whew. Oh, well, that's fine then, I guess. With my pass.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Hunter Merrill? Hunter Merrill?
Oh, what am I doing here again?
Sanity check.
Sanity? Oh, yeah, I'm not going to make this.
Yeah. You never know. I think Hollow's roll would have made it for you, baby. You never know when you roll a 7 or something. It could happen. No. All right, 1 sanity. Both you and Mr. Wiggins.
So back down to 16.
Yep.
Yeah, just get a little twitch.
It's just a little unsettling, the fact that it's just, the Tekalili written so many times in blood.
Yeah, I've seen that word before. I heard the doc mention it, the doc in Hayden.
Mm-hmm. You've also heard Shoggoth call that out before.
All right, so I rush outside. Professor, where the hell are you? I run to the large tent.
Oh, you guys are in the large tent. The large tent houses the 3 smaller tents.
So whichever one I think he would be.
Probably the far left one.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll run to that one.
Just supplies, and you guys probably left that open. walk in and you see 3 unconscious bodies. You see Joe, Professor Moore, and Halperin.
Halperin.
Mm-hmm.
Professor, I run over to the professor and kind of roughly, gently, probably a little rougher than I normally would, try to sit him up, slap him on the face a couple times. Professor,
Give me
what happened?
an idea check or first aid check.
Yeah, this one I would probably resort to first aid.
Okay.
So I might make this one.
So
I've lost too much sanity.
So I think you kind of realize that these people, because you are a survivalist, this is hypoxia, and you're kind of like, oh no, they have hypoxia. You can't remember how to treat it.
Mm-hmm.
It's called hypoxia, but like the specifics aren't coming to you in your insanity. You do know what's wrong with them.
I will first yell out for the doc to help as I'm shaking him, and damn it, Doc's not here. Who's the magic guy? Magic guy, get in here.
I am the magic guy, he says, and he walks forward. What's wrong?
Olaf, made a successful first aid check.
Olaf, can you help the other two?
And you see he kind of he looks over at one of the containers that is supposed to take out absorb the carbon dioxide that you guys breathe, and it is all shriveled up. It is used. It is spent. He's like, we need to get them out of here. Put them on plane. Give them oxygen mask.
Oh, right. I thought they were hibernating. We should probably get them on the plane then. Make sure that they're all fine.
Magic guy, pick that guy up, and I'll pick up the professor.
Okay.
All right, I will pick them up. That is my speciality with magic. Yes, he says and kind of goes.
Yeah, Olaf will pick up Joe. You see Joe's still got a big bandage around his leg, where he was shot.
Hunter looks a little disappointed because he was expecting to pick him up using some magic or your mind powers or something, and walks out. Follow me.
He picks up using his hands.
I march steadfastly towards one of the planes, the nearest plane.
Okay. Yep, Hayden, you see them coming out with 3 bodies.
What happened? What's going on?
I don't know. They passed out.
They hibernated too hard.
Hypoxia?
Yeah, they need oxygen. Potentially, too much carbon dioxide, but they're still breathing, so it's a good sign.
Right. Get them on the plane. Hunter, why didn't you give them to this? You taught us about this on the boat.
A bit of confusion and uncertainty, and what the hell are you talking about? Look on his face, and sets him down real quick.
We never spoke about this.
Yeah,
who are you?
And I'm focused on the professor. Ooh, can you do anything?
I have helium. I can make you talk at a really high pitch. That's about it.
We'll try that later.
Okay.
It's a weird imagery.
You get there?
Yeah, I'm just coming back. I come over and I get them. I go over and I give them some oxygen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys are running pretty low on oxygen yourselves. Even just masks to tank ratios. You can connect more than one mask to a tank, so that's probably what you guys are gonna do. The flight back is just a couple people up to a tank, put the masks on, and you won't need them after you get out of this high altitude. So you just gotta get back to camp. So you guys are gonna fly back to Percival Lake's camp.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do put these people in the expendable.
In the expendable plane. Yes, that's the plane that has room.
Spend a plane.
Expendable.
I'll switch with somebody so that I ride with the professor, and
Okay.
I'm going to fill him in on everything as best I can on the flight over.
It's going to take him a little bit to come conscious, but it is a few hour flight. So, let's see.
I'll stay with him.
Yeah, Acacia. No, she won't switch. She wants to switch, but she's a pilot. Bob will swap with you.
All right. Yeah, so I'll make it a little place comfortable for the professor, and I'll put Doris up next to his head and
Yeah.
pat her, and then pat the professor. Yeah.
Do you guys
That's
take
right.
anything else from the encampment before you leave? Or just the people?
What else did we have?
Oh, there's a bunch of supplies and like that kind of thing, but some of those are still on the Enderby. Acacia is actually. Oh, you guys have a third plane now. Yeah. So Acacia will take over the piloting of that plane since Halperin's KO'd.
We'll
You
give
can-
her
you
like
can
the
disperse
supplies.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and there's also all the artifacts and stuff you guys found here in the city.
Lena
You
would be
guys-
like, "We need those." So
Okay, so you guys, she'll go grab the tub of those, stick it on the ender, and yeah. So you guys, all three of you head out. Now, the elder things don't fly as quickly, so as you guys are loading this all up, you see the four of them kind of catching up, and let's see if poor Bauman sees them
I'm gonna
now.
go out to Bauman and be like, "Look,
Oh my gosh, 97. No, he's just like, we are taking off again. I'm ready. I should be fine with our two co-pilots. I will follow Lexington. Should you go, you Lexington, me, or you me Lexington? How do you want to play? Or we could go, you and then us two behind, like formation flight. The weather does look good. Yeah. He's basically just crit fails seeing these guys repeatedly.
like I don't see any wings the stairs. I mean,
It's like the weather is good for crossing the pass. I don't know if it'll be that way for much longer. I actually know a bit of meteorology. He might hold out. He'll probably hold out for a few hours. We can cross over. Yeah, how do you want to? You want a formation, like a V formation, or like it's three in a row? How do you want the planes to go?
that sounds good. Yes. They're still going to follow you.
Okay.
So we're gonna go and
Okay, so right. So the V was in a line.
the V, but stand like the left hand side.
Oh, yep. He gonna gives you a little alrighty, and then hops into his plane. He's suited up. He's ready to go. He's just ready to follow you.
Like this was going up. Gotta keep
I
focusing.
can't believe he just doesn't see these things. He's gonna see them at like the worst possible moment, just or something. I don't know. So yeah, you guys load up and take off.
Yeah.
Now,
load
The
up.
same trippiness happens going through the pass as it does the first time you went through. So all the colors, a bit of shifting stuff. You see Bob pulls out a strange-looking instrument. It's got like a screen to it. He takes some readings as you guys have like a time slip as you guys pass through. And Ash, your anklet actually like has a little, like you hear a little, like feel a slight buzz to it, and he just goes, and he just points a thing at it, and it lights up at the tip, and then it just stops. He goes, "It's temporal fluxation, not your fault."
What does that mean exactly?
It was triggered by the time flux, but it was not your. You didn't trigger it, so it's just fine. I neutralized it.
What would you do?
I was here to see that.
No one was here to see that, and say I was having a nice, relaxing bath, and then it started being all wibbly wobbly on me.
What do you mean if no one was there?
Like if you weren't there to see it, and then I was there, and then it was all like, oh, I'm wibbling, and then you couldn't deal with it.
I don't understand. Why would I not? He's not German right now. I don't understand. Why would I not see it?
Are you going to be there all the time. Like, all 13
Of course
us.
not.
Are you going to watch me bathe? He says quietly.
I just poking things on his screen.
Oh, you're going to see some weird stuff. He kind of gives him a grin. But seriously, at least I'll know there's always someone watching when I sleep. Like that Santa Claus person I've heard songs about.
Oh, don't get me started on him. He is a repeat offender every year.
Right, so that
24th.
means he's real?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Right,
it's just-
right, of course.
Gotcha. Santa Claus. He goes by many aliases, though, if he was to exist. Damn that Nicholas.
There's like a thought bubble of them like partnering up with like a sick crime duo.
It's going to be amazing.
Why did you go rogue?
They called me a renegade. They called you Father Christmas. Together we are renegade
We're gonna go to every kid's house.
Deliver no presents.
Alright. So you guys see the weird trippy stuff coming back over the mountains. And you guys fly back into camp. It's been a while since we've seen the camp. You can see that excavation appears to have been going very well. You see that there is the ice cave has been opened up even more, and there's people going in and out carrying all sorts of, things cased in ice and stones with, you can't really see details from this distance, but it appears to be nothing amiss.
The professor was heading the excavation, right?
Yes. Professor Moore was heading the excavation before we took a trip over the mountains. Hi, Tesla.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go down and kind of.
You see, some people are out waving to you, and they've kept the landing strip clear. They look. You see a lot of activities headed towards the landing strip to greet you guys. So.
Yeah, we're going to go and kind of land. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys land. Give me one more piloting check. See how you guys handled the pass. And, the trippy stuff.
Oh,
You're a pro.
Extreme success.
Yeah. Let's see. Bauman got an 11.
Oh, God. Trying to
He's a really good pilot. Lexington got a 4.
Damn.
So, y'all are just coming in like professionals, and super cool looking, and yeah, he's smooth as silk landing. As you guys just much softer than it has been, and
So
many people are out there to greet you.
Hunter was expecting that, and I have this side door open because I knew I trusted Hayden. His landing was going to be cool.
You're in either Lexington's or Bauman's plane.
Yeah, so I got the side door open as we're taxiing to slow down and waving at everyone. Is the professor walking? Can he walk now or?
Yeah, he's kind of come to consciousness within the past hour. It took you guys about 3.5 hours to cross the mountains. And you've caught him up, and he's just, he's had to make a sanity check. Let's see how he does on that. He's like, that's a lot to take in. Ooh, he does not pass. He is unsteady on his feet, but he's able to walk.
I'll tell him, sir, if you need to stay in the plane for a few more minutes, that's good. I'm just going to gather the camp together here and make a quick announcement.
Let's not make any announcements or anything. I think it'd be best if we just play it cool after all that's happened. Get back into camp. We don't want to cause alarm at first. I need to see how everything's doing here. There are Germans here after all. We don't want to raise an alarm or cause suspicion unnecessarily until we figure out how we're going to be dealing with them. So, just let's get into my tent and then evaluate how things have been going here. Is that all right, Hunter? Oh no.
I've got it.
Alright, so just go to the tent and then we'll see how everything has been doing. Alright. So, you guys...
And follow him as normal.
Okay. Alright.
Once everyone gets out, I'm gonna quickly shout to get refueled real quick.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna take off again. And as they're doing all of this, I'm gonna try and meet one of the outer things. So
Okay.
we don't just randomly at some point fly into the camp.
You don't want them to just come in 20 minutes later? No.
Yeah, no.
You don't?
No. I know you're
Okay.
planning on that, but no.
I don't make plans, bro. That's the first thing you should learn.
I mean,
I just remember things and then throw them in.
sounds like a
And
white
then
dude.
Nazi apocalypse.
Well, that's
And that's
back-
apocalypse.
So, yeah, you're able to kind of just drop off and then head back out. And, Luxton's like, he's just gonna circle around, everything will be just fine. How's everyone been doing here? Because she was definitely incredibly intoxicated while she was flying, but somehow did just fine. I gave her disadvantage and everything, but she was like, I got this. There's a little crowd gathered around you. Samuel Winslow, the head glaciologist. Yeah, that's the thing. Is here. That's a thing. Right here. Samuel Winslow, the Stark Weathermore's Expedition's glaciologist.
Well,
So he's kind of taken head of the operation while Moore was away. He's like, oh, it's so great to see everybody doing so well. You know, we're just we've been doing the excavation like you said. We found a lot of interesting fossils and that kind of thing. We covered a whole Tyrannosaurus Rex. You should probably see it, sir. Is everything all right? Is everyone doing well? Do we need to? I have You were you're about a week late, actually. We were getting rather concerned. We had to send out a search and rescue party, but apparently those efforts will no longer be necessary. And then Moore's just like, yes, we'll talk about it. And I'm just going to get settled in and then investigate everything. All right, sir. I will leave you. I've been leaving reports daily on your side table, sir. If you would like to, if you have any questions, just please feel free to let me know. I'm gonna get back to the cave. He's like, very good, Samuel. Very good. All right, I will. Okay. And he's kind of like a little like, oh, okay, I'm being dismissed. This is okay. And everybody unloads. Ash, you see that this is quite a hustling, bustling camp. A lot of tents here, a lot of people here. You recognize some people in the German snow gear and they don't have the breather masks, so just some more German snow gear. It's very similar. It's kind of hard to tell unless you get up close. Slightly different pattern to the material. And everyone seems to be getting along here fairly well. There is a lot of fossils and things being dug out of ice and thawed out. There's some yellow tape around what looks like an older kind of broken down encampment that no one is entering or exiting. But the main encampment where you guys are at is quite going on. Looks like lunchtime is kind of just wrapping up here. So if you guys are kind of hungry, you could probably snag something from the mess tent. But besides that, yeah, everyone's pretty, and they're like, oh, welcome back. The Commons are here if you need any questions. Miss, and one of the geologists, the German geologist, whose name I definitely have. It's back here. I'll find it later. But the German geologist is very happy to see Lena, and he just immediately is like, "Oh, I found these amazing things," and they were just the fossils here, wonderful. And he's just going on. He looks kind of like Santa Claus. Got the big white bushy beard. So Ash, you'd pick up on this guy. Kind of looks a little bit like the legendary Santa Claus. I'm telling you, you've heard about.
Oh.
But he's not wearing red, so he can't be the guy. But he definitely has that beard and like the kind of jolly voice. And he kind of gets her. Percival Lake has like pulled his hood up, put some goggles on. He's like, if everyone thinks I'm dead, I should probably just impersonate one of the people who actually died while we were out there, and that way they're just not like you. Like, yeah, yes. So he's pretending he's like sick, and is definitely, not Professor Percival Lake, but in fact, and of course Bob is changed to be Rucker, so that all appears to be well as you guys land. So Percival Lake is impersonating Dr. Johann Meyer. And no one seems to have noticed this. Nothing seems to be amiss. Apparently, the professor, or the Dr. Johann, has not radioed this camp, it would seem. Or if he has, the Germans are playing it real cool. But where do you guys head when you get here? Professor Moore goes to his tent. And Joe's actually pretty happy to see you, Hayden. He's like, man, I thought I was gonna die back there, but thanks for coming to get us. My gunshot wound's healing real nice. I'll probably be able to co-pilot again soon.
I'm glad you're feeling all right. We got a lot of stuff kind of going on. Just kind of go into one of the tents and put your head down.
Okay, keep it low. Keep
Yeah. Keep
yeah.
it low.
Probably shouldn't let anyone know that I got shot. Oh, yeah, okay.
No, say you fell on.
I fell. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I guess you're gonna take back off, so
Yeah.
stay safe up there.
I will. I'm like looking around, judging it. Everyone.
Judgingly.
Can I see the big plane from here?
Yes, you can. It's on the landing strip. It's still here.
Okay. Kind of like making a mental note of that. It's been like I could put so much stuff in there.
I could put so much stuff in there. You could put so much stuff here. And the fuel cache that you uncovered with Joe and a couple other people is still there as well. Looks relatively untouched.
Yeah, I could just rig them up as bombs and kick them off.
Good. Might not go too well, but
I mean,
could.
if you try to lower the numbers, I'm just saying, if the whole sleepy sleep thing doesn't work.
I'm just trying to think of how you're gonna light up canisters of fuel without them exploding in your face before you drop them on people. That's the challenging part.
You can rig up like a time device, right? I'm good at mechanics. Super good at
Try.
mechanics.
You can certainly try.
I just crit. It's a bomb. But yeah, no, I fly out.
All right. So let's go with you first. So you're gonna fly out to meet with the other things that are flying up.
Mm-hmm.
You see them flying. It takes you about, you gotta fly back like half an hour. They're just coming over the mountains. They see you flying back at them. What do you do to make contact? Lena's giving you the postcards.
Right.
In case you wanted them.
I mean, I already know they can just hear me anyway, because I had the whole suction cup thing.
You did have that mental connection. They read your whole brain.
We're on a different level than Lena, we have a deeper connection. So I'm just going to kind of like, I guess, to speak in my mind, and just kind of say, can you hear me?
You're like thinking at them. You're like,
yeah,
looking at them. Give me a power check.
Power. That's not something I'm not good at. Yeah. Oh God.
So you're thinking really hard. You're just staring at them, and you're flying towards them. You're just like, you don't hear anything.
Damn it. Yeah. God. Kind of just want to try again, but if I'm not getting anything, I'm just gonna like hold up a card then in front of like I think because I got the windows right and the
Yeah, you got the
cockpit.
windows. Yeah.
So like on like the co-pilot side, I'm just like
Goop's
I
like,
think
I
a
can
video.
hold up the cards for you if you want.
That'd be great, buddy. It's
Okay.
so good to have you here as my co-pilot.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. I like all the buttons.
Yeah, don't touch any of them. I gotta teach you what they mean.
Okay. I greased them all up though, so that they'll be real easy to push.
When did you fucking do that?
While we were flying over.
Okay, I can't be mad at you.
Okay. So what do you want? Which one do you want me to hold up first?
Hello.
Hi.
It says it.
Uh-huh.
It's fucking cute as F. Going to land outside.
Landing. Outside.
Camp.
Camp.
So no one sees the plan who shouldn't need to see.
Keeping plan secret.
Do you understand?
Sound good? Question mark. And you hear in your mind, this is acceptable.
Oh, you can hear me.
And that's it. It's like, I showed all the flashcards. Did they get the message, or do I need to hold them up again?
Yeah, I kind of put my hand in their goop and I'm just like kind of like patting them and like, you did a good job, they heard.
Oh yay! Okay, we can go back to camp now.
No, I'm gonna fly them to a location that we know so I can easily get there. And I'll fly like a bit out of camp so like no one kind of sees them.
Yeah. Sure. So you're gonna go a little ways out of camp. Boop, sit down. You're able to find a decent enough strip. So while you're
go look at Cthulhu. There are allies.
All right. So you lead them outside of camp. Those of you who are in camp, Hunter, you're following Professor Moore to his tent. What about Baxter and Ash?
Straight to the dogs.
Straight to the. Oh yeah, Olaf is straight to the dogs too.
Yeah, I'll be following Olaf.
The dogs are super happy to see him. They're all kind of just laying there. You hear a bunch of like excited barking and all sorts of happy dog sounds. And these dogs are a lot less mangy than the ones you're used to seeing. They are big and fluffy and just super adorable. And he's like, "Ah, my little babies, you are so cute and fluffy. I missed you terribly." And they all just kind of like dogpile on him. And he's like, "I have new friend for you to meet." And he's like, "These are my dogs."
They're adorable.
And you see a British woman. She says, "Oh, Mr. Bjornsson, you're back. Who is this? Did you come in with a new flight?"
It's all right. I can handle this, Olaf. I'm Ash Reed. I'm from the future.
She kind of leans over to Olaf. She's like, "Right, I'm Margaret Jameson. Where did you pick this one? Oh, is he drunk? Olaf, did you get another one drunk? Did you get... You did not play strip poker again, like drinking. You can't get the people. They're working here. And you're like, yeah, he's fine. It'll wear off. Don't worry about it. He's very nice. Just little. And he kind of puts his arm around you. Come meet dogs. Probably shouldn't have tell people you from future here.
Right, I thought it was a really good opening line, though, but fair enough.
You know, it's a bit much for some people.
Right, yeah, I could see that.
A little bit.
That's fair.
Just
By the future, I meant your future, he says, and then continues on.
and she's like,
I better.
much better. What's Ash's appearance score? Just per chance.
Let me have a look at his score, actually. I don't even know what he is. He's a good 45.
Okay. So she's kind of, let's see, let's gauge Miss Jameson's interest, because no one's tried flirting with her.
She's
like,
offhand,
well, it's a bit forward, but I've got to go, and she's just, you see, red face, like she's blushing hard.
Yeah, he kind of grins. It just works every time. Of the one that I've used it. Yeah.
I might have to try that one. So you go up to lady and you say,
Yes.
hello, I am from future.
Yes.
Your future. And is bold move.
Oh, yes.
like it.
I thought of it myself. As sort of a spur of the moment thing, you know. Pretty
like
happy with it. He says and
I
smiles.
will have to try.
I want to hear results. That'd be great.
I will let you know. I will do a case study.
Sure.
But this is Princess, and he's just introducing you all to the dogs, and they're just all about it. What about Baxter? What are you doing upon return to camp?
Gosh, that's a really tough question because imagine it's like I think it's like it's kind of the happy to be back, but also not happy to be back. I guess if anything, he'll just take a little stroll and just like if anything catches anything that catches eye, like anything out of the ordinary, or if anyone needs help, just looking for someone because he doesn't need to go back to work.
Yeah.
So it's just where it's like, so he's like kind of, I don't know what to do, so he's just gonna wander.
Yeah. So Percival Lake has just gotten directions to Lena's tent and is just like, oh wait. And he doesn't have a great German accent, but it's passed off as he has a cold. He rolled a really good disguise / fast talk check. So he's like, my lungs, and he just goes off. No one really questions it because he was pretty high ranking. And Lena is talking to all of the people who have dug up fossils because she's the head archaeologist here. A couple people ask about Lena. She's like, oh, she's around somewhere. I wouldn't worry too much about it. She'll turn up. And so you kind of find that Moore is in his tent, and he kind of beckons over to you. Baxter. Yes, Hunter.
When Professor Moore and I were heading towards his tent, I'll wait for him. Just, I'm following alongside him like I normally do. And I'll wait for him to go ahead and enter the tent. And soon, when he enters the tent, I will zip off and just angle away. Just keep walking. Take my pipe out and just start packing my pipe and head towards the radio tent. The radio tent.
Okay. All right. There's the radio tent. So, but Baxter, Professor Moore has beckoned you over.
I look over to him and I head right for him.
So, everything, Mr. Wiggins, everything here seems to be pretty of the ordinary. thankfully. But I'm under the impression that we're doing some things of the rather extraordinary, and we should probably keep that quiet. We should probably not really mention anything that we saw over the mountains. It would encourage curiosity and the like. So I'd like to get a meeting together of everyone to discuss our official story that we're going to tell everyone. But I'm under the impression that you all are going to attack the German encampment at the South Pole. I'm correct with those things.
It is something we obviously discuss. I cannot lie. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
In terms of exact details, it's very fuzzy, so to say.
That does not comfort me. But all right. Well, if you're dead set on doing that, I don't think I can be involved. I need to be here to keep everything normal and under control. I believe our official story is going to be that Mr. Starkweather and Miss Greenaway, there was perhaps a rock fall while we were exploring, and they did not make it out, and it was buried too deep. We were not able to retrieve bodies. That would explain why they're not here with us today. I think that should be the official story. I'll propagate it amongst camp. When you all get back, we'll discuss our official statement that we will have to make, paperwork and the like, but
Indeed.
I guess you all should get to it before, in case, because I'm sure it's going to be radioed out soon that you all have arrived. Apparently the Germans are still right here, so I don't think Dr. Johann is radioed in, but keep it quiet until you guys return. If you don't return, well, I'll think of something.
Okay, no worries. I'm good at keeping things quiet.
All right, I can't say I endorse this, so, if you
I do nothing, sir.
Yes, I don't want to start another war, Already had one. But, good luck. Tower stuff sounded horrifically strange and awful, and there was that weird sheep thing. Good luck. Come back.
You too.
All right, I have to think of something.
And I extend a handshake, obviously covered by a rubber glove.
He kind of gives you a shake. He doesn't have a strong shake right now as he's recovering from hypoxia. But he gives you a shake and kind of send on there. Thank you, Mr. Wiggins. See you soon, hopefully.
Indeed. See you soon, sir.
All right. So, Hunter, you went off to the radio tent. Radio tent.
Yep. And I just walk in like I'm about to make a call, just normal. Anyone inside the tent?
Just your radio guy.
Is he one of ours or one of the Mr.
He's one of yours currently, because the Germans are in opposite shifts. You're kind of at like a slight shift change time almost, but that's one of your guys.
Okay, do I know him? Familiar with him at least?
Yeah. You're familiar with him. He's been the radio guy this whole time. I have a name somewhere. It's been a while. That's way too early. Smith. Charles Smith.
All right. Hey, Smith, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, yeah, pretty good, sir. You guys do some good, what is it? It's not spelunking. Mountain climbing out there?
Yeah, we've been doing some of that, and
cool.
Met some aliens and some a mind wall and this huge tower. It's a lot. You'll probably hear it later on.
Yeah, sure. You been reading some science fiction again?
What's the record, the message record look like?
Real quiet. Neither Moore or Lexington have been here. So, I mean, Jones called his ma for her birthday 2 days ago.
Any contact with the ship? How's it going?
Yeah, the ship checked in a few days back. Everything's fine. They're on the west coast right now. They just they're mapping the perimeter they're supposed to.
Right. Is Smith
The
on?
ice is pretty melted right now because we're almost at peak summer here in Antarctica. So that's pretty good. They're not really having to deal with that.
Smith, are you armed? You have a firearm?
I got a Bowie knife that my uncle gave me for Christmas.
Can you use it? Are you good with it?
I mean, I'm not bad with it.
Good.
Okay.
Until
you okay, Mr. Merrill?
yeah, I'm fine, but just listen. Focus here. Focus. Yeah, I know.
All right.
Hold on. Until I or Professor Moore give you a different instruction.
Okay.
No German. No Germans. I repeat, no Germans are to use the radio.
Okay.
Repeat that back to me.
Oh, okay. Mr. Moore said no Germans are to use the radio until you or he says so.
That is correct. None of Lexington's crew, none of the German team are to use the radio. No one.
None of Lexington's guys. What if Miss Lexington wants to use the radio?
Not even Miss Lexington.
Oh,
That's only going to
okay.
be for a little while, just for a few hours,
Right.
maybe over here or something. Hopefully.
Okay. Me to just give me a persuade, charm, or fast talk. He was fine with the Germans not using it, but he's like, Miss Lexington not using it because you guys were sharing equipment. So
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Fast talk. Let's see.
fast talk, charm, or persuade.
Nope. Charm. Nope. Persuade. Okay, so it's going to be charm is my highest one.
All right.
Now, is he used to taking orders from? But it's for this thing, right? Because I
Yeah.
said Miss Lexington.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. So he's like, can I ask why Miss Lexington can't use the radio? I mean, it's her antenna. So
Yeah, sure. Because we said so. We just we don't need any messages getting out right now.
is it did something going on with Mr. Starkweather out there? Is that what this is about?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
exactly what it is.
All right.
Good. You're good. You communicate pretty well. I should have known
Yeah.
that you'd have this radar to figure
Yeah, it's
this
because
out.
I'm the radio guy. I hear people talk all day. It's fine.
Yeah, but
Right.
that's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Okay, so just tell Mr. Moore you says so. All clear. Till they
Correct.
gotta
No-
smooth it over.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, another one of those. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll just. You know what? I'll just. You kind of see he just reaches over and unplugs something. Oh no, it's having issues. I gotta fix it.
Excellent.
Okay.
Right, and I'll give him a pat on the shoulder and
Mm-hmm.
head back towards Professor Moore's tent.
All right. That's probably all right now. Okay. He pulls kicks out the toolbox, like a drawer opens up, and he pulls out some pliers, and he's just sitting there, and flips another page of his book that he's reading. I'm fixing it. You go back to Moore's tent. All right. So, Ash, you've been introduced to all of the doggos. Olaf is very happy to be back. He's like, so that is all my dogs. I'm very hungry now. And
Yeah.
they are able to heat up the food better here, so I'm going to go get food. Let me know if you need anything.
Yeah, I think by this point, Ash will probably in the gaggle of dogs,
Mhm.
fussing them all and having
Mhm.
I will let you know.
Okay. Do you hang out with the doggos until someone comes to get you? Okay.
Yeah, I think he would. He'd just be attached. He'd be like, I don't want to leave here anymore. The
Uh-huh.
world could save itself, right?
I found puppers in Antarctica. Nazi apocalypse. I mean, I lived through it. It wasn't that bad.
But with dogs, I mean, any bit better.
Fine. So, Baxter, you have left Mr. Moore's tent. He's kind of told you, be like, all right, you should probably do this quickly. Where do you go after talking with him? You run into Hunter, who's approaching.
I guess I'll just wave the Hunter.
Oh, you know what? You're right, Lou. Baxter, you want some coffee? I'm going for some coffee. I haven't had any good coffee in a while. Let's go get some coffee.
You haven't had any coffee.
Yeah, sure.
I think we could do some coffee.
Thank you. I could use some. Thank you.
So as I'm aiming for Professor Moore's door, I will again angle off toward.
Okay.
Cut or head for the mess tent.
So you guys head towards the mess tent, and the smell of coffee wafts out. You see Ash surrounded by doggos, by all the sledding dogs.
Just looks over like he's one with them now, like he's a part of the pack.
You guys get a cup of coffee inside the mess tent. They're kind of cleaning up from lunch, so there's still some food out, and they'll put a plate or two out. And there's always coffee because it's cold. So you guys get a cup of coffee. You see Francois Jean-Luc in the corner with a cup of coffee, and he's just kind of like staring into it. He's seen stuff. You guys kind of broke him a little bit. He's the only person in the mess tent besides y'all, basically.
So I will lead. Go over and have a seat across the table from him.
I'll join him.
You look good, Francois.
Oh, yeah, merci. I did not see you come back inside. You do not need me to take any more pictures, no? No more pictures? I took plenty while you were away. I'm almost out of film. It is tragic.
No, at ease. No need for pictures now.
All right, I will drink my coffee.
Did they? You get those developed there, by the way?
I do not have a dark room here. I'm going to have to wait till we get onto the boat.
That makes sense, of course.
But I have them in the dark box so they do not get exposed early.
Good. Where are you keeping those? In your tent?
They told me not to put them in the supply room because someone might open it thinking it is a for sale or something.
That is exactly right. You did exactly right. We put those standard operating procedures out for a purpose, and I look at Baxter. This guy's following them exactly as they're supposed to be done. Told you he was good. I knew we wouldn't be sorry for bringing him with us.
Oh, I'm going to go now. And he kind of takes his coffee and just heads out, leaving the two of you alone. Merci. Au revoir.
Very well.
We can't let those photos get back, Baxter. Can't let them get back.
The world is not ready.
I know, Lou. I know. I'll think of something. Maybe.
So, you're looking around. You don't see anything. Nothing's there.
I just sit back in my chair with Doris and my coffee and my pipe and wait for the professor.
Okay. So Hayden, you have kind of landed outside. The other things followed you. They convey to you, we will meet you at the coordinates we have taken from your mind. It should take us a couple hours to reach there. We will commence when you arrive.
Okay.
They will not see us. We will be unseen.
Okay. We will be there in a few hours.
And they just fly off.
Goop's like, I think that went really well.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't think they like me.
I don't think they like much of anybody.
You're my only friend, Goop.
Oh, I'm your best friend.
You are,
You're my best friend.
and you're mine. You know, maybe we should just go to the camp and kill all the Germans.
At the camp that we're digging up fossils, or at the South Pole?
I don't know anymore.
I
The
think
only
we
way
should
to know the
we
truth.
should take care of the South Pole first. 'Cause that's where the mean doctor is.
You're right. Of course, you're right. Yes, we should do that. We have
Okay.
to make you like a little knife or something, just in case, so you can defend yourself.
I'll just go flat.
And you see just like turns into like a little oil slick. Whoop, and it comes back up in his little goop form.
Great. I think it's just more of this as well. Like we're flying. It's like
Yeah.
comedy team. Goop is my friend and also my counselor.
All right. So Hayden returns. It doesn't take very long. Well, maybe like an hour at most. And he lands. Bauman is there to greet you. He's like, "So, what would you like me to do, Herr Stewart?"
Stay with us.
All right. Are we taking the? And he points to the big German plane that's there.
Do you know who is in charge of that plane? Oh, you are.
Yeah, I was the pilot who flew it over. They just needed an auxiliary co-pilot on the day. So.
Right. Well, that might be really helpful. When we get to the group, we can discuss if we want to use that as an easy entry point.
I am expected back at some point, so I could just radio in.
That's true. Yes. And I know Ash speaks German, so he could hear everything you're saying.
Yeah.
My hand on his shoulder. I like you.
I put your headshot in the cockpit.
You did?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
good.
you can inspire me while stay
Why don't
flying.
we walk and talk? And you can tell me how it inspires you.
Oh,
With
okay.
your German accent.
All right. It's just you. I followed you the whole way here, and it's just your mastery over the aeroplane is just spectacular.
Yes.
It's just, you handled it very deftly. Yes, wait,
I
let me
like
see.
it.
Wunderbar.
I kind of squeeze
So,
his shoulder and I pull him in tighter as we walk to the group.
Mhm. So you guys walk to basically the mess hall. You see Ash outside, surrounded by dogs, and Ash, you see Hayden walking by very closely, holding an uncomfortable-looking Bauman.
Hayden, have you seen these things? They're amazing.
The dogs?
They're lovely. They're so nice.
Do you not
I've
have
never seen
dogs?
so many in one place or even in my life.
Well,
There's like 36 of them.
Jesus. Well, when you're ready, join us for. I sent the others. They're going to meet us there.
Oh, all right,
Oh,
that. All right, he says, and kind of looks around the dogs once more and pets them all one single time each.
Ow.
And it's just like, my heart. And then just turns and goes, oh, I have to leave, I'm sorry.
I have to go to war.
I'll be back. I
Um,
remember you dogs. He says as he walks away to Hayden and just kind of wipes a single tear away. All right, Hayden, get ready. Let's go do
Let's
something.
know what you're fighting for.
I'm fighting for their survival, and that's what I need to remember. Them and all of my friends, family, and everybody else that I knew in my old world. But mostly them.
We were thinking of taking the plane, and I kind of point to the German one, as an easy way in with my friend here.
Right.
I kind of like, taking a bit.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
My
easy
point.
entry point.
That seems nice. Ash Reed, nice to meet you. He says he looks at him, smells.
Bauman.
Great name. Yes, sounds good.
Thank you.
So we're taking the plane in. We're sneaking around the outside edges, or how are we doing this?
Well, you said you wanted to use your...
My dad.
Yeah, so if we go in a time where we know they're going to be eating, we can use this plane, and they can inform that we're going to be coming, so that we might have free access.
Okay, well, we're going to need to spread it to a few fires, so you might want to split out the dust. I've got a few bags, 5 to be exact, so we can split that up, and maybe we can get an aerial view, see where the fires are going to be.
Yes.
Or an area where we can spread it in the oxygen tents that you showed me before, maybe.
Yes. Definitely. Or even if we use this plane as a distraction, the others go in with the other planes.
Could be good. Could be good. I can also make the storm when we land, but I will need a bit of time.
Right. Well,
So I can
we
make a
have a few
storm, we
hours.
can run in, throw our dust. They are asleep. Then weird
all of these
rituals.
plans. I believe in. He just doesn't continue the sentence.
Really?
He just stops and I believe in. And that's it.
He just keeps saying, Hayden, you trailed off. You believe in what, mate?
That we can do this.
You're right, we can.
I just want it to be over.
Don't we all? And I don't want it to even begin. So we're sort of in the same place for a different end right now.
What's going to happen to you once we do this? Because if it never happened, then
Yes.
what? This is like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Hayden,
I like,
You're talking to him about this, and you don't even need to spot hidden for this. Just out of the corner of your eye, you see Bob watching. Just out of
Right,
the
yes.
corner, just watching Ash. Ash doesn't notice though. Just Hayden, because it's over his shoulder. Just watching.
right, yes, what carry on.
is he going to be following you? Don't look. Bob is.
Oh, are you speaking about?
Yeah.
You know, yes, that guy.
I
Right,
think
yes.
that's offensive, actually.
No, it's literal. But anyway, right, yes. He's apparently going to be watching me all the times, even when I bathe and sleep and other things.
He's going to see some freaky stuff.
That's what I said. Exactly that. But yes, he's going to be around me a lot. We're going to become close friends. We're going to go on adventures. We're going to do some cool things, I think. I think we'll be good friends, us two. We've got 13 years to build a bond.
Yes,
I give it 2 days.
well, I surely hope you don't disappear or die gruesomely once we fix time. I'll walk away.
I don't know how to do that.
I'll just walk away.
So you walk away and you see Moore heading into the mess tent. He's kind of cleaned up a bit. He's still kind of a bit weak, but he's put together more, having gotten back to camp and been in his tent for a few minutes. And he says, Mr. Stewart, care for a cup of coffee before you head out?
You know,
Get
I
more
would. It's been a
fuel.
while.
I'm still
Yes.
stuck. Like horribly thing? What's going on with that?
Coffee would be good, thank you.
All right. So, Hunter and Baxter, you see Mr. Moore walk in with Hayden and Ash, kind of like a confused Ash trailing behind. What do you mean that horribly?
How do you think of coffee at a time like this?
He goes, so good, it's just us in here. He kind of pours a cup of coffee, downs it, pours a second cup of coffee, and sits down with it. I believe that, you all are going to be, I've already told Mr. Weekins, going on this mission, and, I believe sooner is better than later, so that we could do damage control, per se. I will start working on our official story that we'll tell the public. As far as we know, as everyone is going to be concerned, Miss Lois and Mr. Starkweather perished in a rockfall whilst exploring the mountains. Mr. Ash is one of... I'll write him in on the registrar. Just no one... You were such a wallflower, no one noticed you, Mr. Reed.
Joined in Australia.
Oh, yes,
I'm
very...
Picked him up in Australia. Perfect. It was a prison colony anyway. Your accent will fit right in. Anyways,
What a gecko on the Barbie. He says just...
we'll have to work on that a bit. Yeah, alright. Well, I'll give you... We'll cover that when you get back, if you get back. Hopefully you return. So, I believe, keeping this as small as possible, I will debrief everyone else who has returned from the tower and the camp. Keep it small, quiet, and we will work on our official story upon your return. Yes?
I have a question.
I hopefully have an answer.
With Starkweather dead,
Yes.
who inherits the money?
Well, technically the money was coming from many sponsors, and this was a Starkweather and Moore expedition, therefore I suppose I'm in charge of the expedition now.
But I mean, Starkweather's money. Who inherits that?
Oh, who inherits that? We'd have to look at his will. It's not currently with us. It'd be back most likely in the States with his lawyer.
Well, I don't think Lexington would want this, but I think if you can, once you get back, forge that, it might be good to, once this expedition's over, keep some people here, just in case, as a watch.
Potentially, I suppose we'll have to see how those elder things think about it.
I mean, it might be whatever they constitute as happy if we fix this thing.
Yes, who knows? Maybe they'll keep watching the tower or leave. I don't know. We'll have to. I think we'll get to that when the time comes. But I'll look into maybe establishing a permanent outpost, potentially. But first, our story here. That's I'm going to work on what we saw, because we can't tell people about the city. We just can't.
We have to be able to tell
Draw
people
more in.
something plausible, but also boring enough that no one's going to come and try and find something for themselves.
Boring.
If we say we find a cache of exotic relics and fossils,
They're going to come looking for more.
Yeah,
That's what we're doing here with this. With the lake encampment, I think is fine. So Len has given me a cursory list of all the relics and artifacts they found, and they seem fairly prehistoric and mundane. Tyrannosaurus rexes, trilobites, etc. So I think the more exotic finds have been what we dug up. Maybe just a literal, just barren plain on the other side of the mountains. Just tundra. That sounds fairly innocuous and boring. It's plausible. We decided maybe we saw a cave opening. It's a dead end. Rocks fell. People died. Very tragic.
frozen lake of nothing.
Mm-hmm. Right, well, I will work on that. You all have a nice cup of coffee. Get any supplies you need, and then he hands over a piece of paper. It's a supply tip waiver, basically. Any supplies you need, and then
Do you have any
good
more
luck. Be
weapons?
safe. weapons. We don't have very many. I have a pistol on me. I'd rather keep that on me in case the Germans here get wind of what happened at the pole.
Yes. All right. Before we leave, can we get some of the barrel? Can we get some of the fuel and put some in some barrels? I might
Of
want
course,
to pick up
you've
something.
got a full reserve here. So
I don't want to might take some with us and get some
Of
barrels
course.
going.
I believe that they mentioned they had a fuel cache at the pole as well, and Bauman's kind of just sitting there in the corner like, yeah, there's a fuel cache at the South Pole.
Let's give him a thumbs up. A dead smile. Okay. Yeah.
So you guys take some extra fuel, load up. Which planes are you taking? You taking just the German one? Because Lena will go with you. Dr. Professor Boyfriend at Law will go with you. Lexington will go with you, but she doesn't want to be too involved. She's like, I'll stay at the plane, make sure no one takes it. And she wasn't going to go, but then she saw that Ash was going, so I'll come with. Make sure everyone stays safe.
That would be amazing.
Yes.
Are we using the German plane as like a distraction? Are we going in the German plane?
It's up to y'all. I mean, the German plane is much larger. It's almost a small carrier. You guys could easily fit in that plane, and it is expected back at that German landing strip at a specific time. So you guys could ride a storm in if Ash wanted to cast a spell on the plane. And because everyone pretty much hunkers down inside their tents while a storm's about. So if you wanted to ride a storm in with an innocuous plane and then just come out from there. Because again, the German Arctic gear looks extremely similar to yours. So if y'all have all your storm gear on, they probably won't be able to tell until they talk to you that you're not German.
Yes. It's true. I suppose we just keep our best, and I kind of like hold the pilot again, best foot forward, going in.
Yeah.
You understand what we're doing now, right? We're trying to save the world.
Yeah. It has been mentioned several times. Yeah, and I'm just here to pilot. Save the world.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Good.
And so you all lit up some extra fuel. Is there any other supplies you want to take on the plane with you?
I want to try and jerry-rig a few of those kind of explosive things.
All right. Give me. Oh, there's a demolitions check, please.
Oh, is it demolitions? Isn't that like crafting?
There is a specific demolitions check that
Why is
involves
there a check for
explosives.
everything? God damn it.
Because you can't be good at everything, pro. Everyone's not naturally as gifted as you are.
True, I can do one thing, pilot.
Starkweather had a decent demolition skill, but he's dead now.
Thank you for
I
that.
think a couple of you may have learned demolitions. He had a demolitions class, so
I don't remember.
a couple of you might have demolitions as a skill if you passed.
I don't have demolition, so I probably wouldn't do it then.
Okay. Explosives are tricky things. There also is dynamite. You do have dynamite, and that's, you have to use demolitions to figure out how much to what. But if you just wanted to light a stick and throw it, that would be a throw check instead.
I'll just do that then, yeah. I'll just
Take some dynamite from the requisitions tent.
Together, yeah. Guess.
You're gonna duct tape like a dynamite on the fuel tank and just be like, all right,
yeah,
need it.
Okay.
Okay.
Just do that. Just jerry
You duct tape some dynamite to some fuel tanks because that's safe, and throw them up on the plane. You guys fly out. So you guys get in the big So you got 3 pilots with you guys. You've got Miss Lexington, Bauman, and Hayden. Who wants to co-pilot for Bauman? Because Bauman's got to do all the radio stuff. So.
I guess I'll be the co-pilot.
Okay. Do you have Ash up there so you can double check his German? Okay.
Right next to you.
Right next to him.
This guy. I don't trust this guy.
Okay. All right. So as you guys head off to the South Pole in your plane. Ash is up front, ready to interpret German and cast a spell to create a storm. You guys fly out, and that is where we're going to end this week, as you all are ready to cause some chaos in the German camp. Having retrieved everyone who's left from the... You got away from the tower, you're back, you're ready to fuck up some Germans next week. That's where we're going to end it. So let's go around, everybody, say who we are, where we can find you guys, and your favorite moment from today's episode. Let's start with Baxter Wiggins. How are you?
I'm doing good. I did Grumpus 4 playing the character Baxter Wiggin, the artist. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch under the same name, Grumpus64, where you'll find me every Sunday. I am currently DMing D&D 5e Adventure of Curse of Strahd, the all-female cast. And gosh, for a favorite part, it's always tough, but it's like I think just as a whole, just Baxter and Ash is just like kind of finally interacting with one another.
Mm-hmm.
I really was not sure how they would head off together, because it's like almost two different worlds coming together,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just immediately buddy, and I'm just like, bromance.
Love it. And we have Jamersion with us today. How'd you like that, Mr. Crazy Man?
Oh yeah, took another step down, and just increasingly dropping that sanity every episode here. Yeah, I am Jamersion all across the interwebs. Here I am Hunter Merrill, barely hanging on another episode, survivalist. Yeah, I'm liking every time Ash meets somebody new, and the interaction that's going on there. His whole because we're kind of going through the same thing, but from a different angle.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's bringing in something new and fresh, and I like seeing what everything that he's trying to get a grips on every time he meets someone new. Those are always the good moments that I'm liking there.
Awesome.
Let's see what happens when we get into combat. What his reaction is going to be.
Well, that'll be fun, and we'll get to see that next week, as we're pretty much just gonna be starting off with y'all landed in the German camp. So, Mr. Hayden Stewart, how are you?
Yeah, man, Hayden Stewart. My favorite part today was, I think it's just like, or German guy. Like, I'm trying to go with my sanity, like the guy from like No Country for Old Men, just like that kind
Okay.
of just seeping it in there. But yeah, so just his reactions to that, and Goop, so it was a good highlight. But yeah, I am Pro Restarter. You can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, all under the same name. Thank you for having me. It's been super fun. I can't wait to die because I can't shoot German.
Well, let's see what happens. That's why you taped some dynamite to kerosene barrels. You just roll those out, and you don't have to aim with that.
That's true.
It's true. You just have to get far enough away. Completely different story. So, last but certainly not least, we have Ash Reed.
Hey, always good to be here. I'm a Holotale. My favorite moments today, there's quite a few. I think, like Crumpler said, actually being able to interact with Baxter more and actually seeing them just hit off immediately and have this sort of really good chemistry is really cool. I love everything to do with interacting with Hayden as usual. It's just funny to see his sort of half paranoid thing that keeps making my character more and more afraid for his existence. And also everything to do with Time Police, which was pretty fun. Like the Time Police was kind of interesting. And sort of turning my blunders into lines was pretty funny. But yeah, other than that, it's been amazing as usual. I'm a Holotale. You can find me on YouTube at a Holotale, where I do RPG analysis videos, breakdowns, and other streams that I put up there as well at the moment. And also on Twitch at Holotale, where I do a couple of games and a couple more that are coming up. But there's nothing on this week, so yeah. But thanks again for having me.
Thank you for being here. Of course, I am Left Love Lindy, keeper of arcane lore. I had so many favorite moments from tonight. I definitely liked y'all's reaction to Bob being the Time Police and here to investigate the tower and just happened to find Ash. It's like, oh, you're not supposed to be here. And just Hayden and Hunter's descent into madness. Just, it's bless them. Like, I feel like I did this to you, but at the same time, it's like I feel sorry for you. So I'm very conflicted because I like you guys, but I have to understand at you guys. It's the thing. It's called Cthulhu. It's rough. But you can find me online at LaughLevelND, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I play and GM a lot of games. Tonight, in an hour, I will be DMing a Ravenloft campaign. They're currently going through Touch of Death, the old 2E module. They're about to have a mini boss fight, so that'll be fun tonight. I get to throw the kitchen sink at them. Y'all get Nazis next week, so, it evens out. I like to, have them on different pacing, so I'm always trying to kill somebody. But yeah, check me out. I'm doing lots of fun stuff. Tomorrow, I will be here playing Cult tomorrow afternoon from 2 to 5 p.m. I'm really excited about it. And yeah. Just thank you guys so much for watching, whether it be on Twitch or YouTube. Try not to roll too many nat ones, because we want to be here laughing when you do. Bye, folks.